moment. Hello, lawyers. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Um, Give me 1 second here.
Forgot the person we're accusing.
Uh-oh. All right.
It might be good if you bring our client up with us.
Yes, here they are. I think I just pulled them in. Let me just make sure that the jury can see you all clearly. Right. All right.
Very clean.
Yo, what the fuck?
What language?
Oh, my fault.
Yeah, client, listen, you can't be giving away details like that for free. We charge for that kind of information.
Okay. All right. Welcome one, welcome all to the trial of Puff Bear. We are here today due to multiple allegations against Puff Bear. And we have several teams of lawyers here. I want to thank you all for being here. Hope you're all doing well. Okay, all right.
Okay.
So, just one moment, everybody. Make sure let me just check if the bailiff needs anything. Second. All right. Some very heavy allegations being levied today.
I just love how I'm in the middle.
Well, it makes sense, but I would advise you to not speak out of turn, okay? So, all right. So yes, I guess we'll start with opening statements from both sides, okay? So, let's see here. So who would like to go first? I guess
Prosecution will go first.
Okay. All right. Prosecution is going first. So prosecution, take it away.
All right. Let me get my screens ready and everything. Oh, okay. Your Honor, Judge Stardust, Mr. Lactoid, and Mr. Yamato and Dean Margin, and to my colleagues sitting here today in front of you, and to the real parties of interest in this case, Poof, aka Adarias, and to you, ladies and gentlemen of the chat, good evening. Today, I and my co-counsel intend to prove, based on a preponderance of evidence, that Adarius, aka Poof, aka the King of Feminism, the real one, the list master, Adarius, is a misogynist. The burden of proof to prove misogyny is met when the party with the burden of proof convinces the fact finder that there is a greater than 50% chance that the claim is true. We do not have to prove misogyny beyond a reasonable doubt. We merely have to prove that it is more than likely than not that Adarias is a sexist. Ladies and gentlemen, the evidence that we have is damning.
Oh my good. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry.
Whoa! Who did all this?
Whoa.
I
Client,
would
I advise
advise
you
you
not
to
to
not
talk
speak
right now.
out of turn. Okay, I will have order in the court.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will call upon 3 witnesses tonight to prove that Adarias is a sexist, a Kuma, and also indeed a furry. Our first witness, the plaintiff, Fairy Queen, will tell the story of Adarias' behavior. She will illustrate the scandalous history of Adarias' sexist behaviors on Discord. Our second witness, aka Piggy Mama, will detail her past romantic relationship with Adarias, and demonstrate to the chat Adarias' degenerate furry behavior. And lastly, Testicle Johnson will offer testimony demonstrating Adarias' history as a racist and a sexist. Mr. Doctor will claim on the
Excuse me 1 moment. So sorry to interrupt you. I would advise the defendant to maintain order, sir. I will not. I will not allow disruptions in my court. Okay. Go ahead.
Mr. Lactoid will claim on the second day of Black History Month, no less, that Adarius is our Emmett Till, when in fact Adarius is our resident O.J. Simpson of the evening. The glove does in fact fit. You cannot acquit. You must find Adarius guilty. Read the logs. Hear the women weep and wail. Do not allow our trail of tears to go unheard. And remember, dear friends, that bitches do be more capable. Thank you.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to have commentary. Okay. All right. The defense may now present their case.
I would like to say a couple things. I first of all want to log a objection against the introduction, the opening statement. As is well known, I'm hearing myself a little bit. As is well known, thank you. As is well known, there is an obligation to share evidence with the defense prior to the trial, which was not done here. So I demand that all of that sexy evidence be submitted directly to me in order for me to personally review prior to such evidence being allowed into the courtroom.
I second this motion.
As to the opening, I want to start out with a quote from Martin Luther King. Quote, "Whites, it must frankly be said, are not putting in a similar mass effort to re-educate themselves out of their racial ignorance. It is an aspect of their sense of superiority that the white people of America believe they have so little to learn." As was pointed out, the second day of Black History Month, a friend of mine, Adarius, who happens to be a black man in America, is being accused of things for which there is no evidence. We're seeing, unfortunately, the basis on which so many innocent black men have gone to prison. We see circumstantial evidence. We see incomplete evidence. We see open racial bias. I think that you will all see today how transparent it is that this is yet another example of white America going after the black man. I look forward to seeing the evidence presented against my client, Adarius, and I want you all to pay attention to the context on which things are being said. Are there quotes that you're just being given without understanding what the quotes are in reference to? Are we clear that Adarius isn't being sarcastic? Perhaps he's playing a Jon Stewart-like character or Stephen Colbert-like character in which he emulates to make fun of sexists. You're going to hear today Adarius testify and evidence be demonstrated that Adarius has said many positive things about women. He has said multiple times that women are better shots than men when it comes to shooting guns. He said that women have more degrees, they go to the gym more often. It seems like they are kicking ass in life. He argues that he specifically states that he does not objectify women. And he criticizes male-dominated spaces as misogynistic. Adarius has done the work to understand how his male privilege affects the world around him and can change the dynamic in spaces in which he is involved. But it is his accusers that have not done the equal work to realize how their whiteness impacts the environments in which they are in and how that may bring Adarius down and make him feel subjugated when all of us, especially on this month, should be highly conscious to avoid doing so.
Yo, my man's cooking.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you for your opening statements to both the defense and the prosecution. And chat, people of the jury, I will recommend please try to remain impartial as you are judging this. Okay. Now we will move on to bringing forth witnesses and evidence. Okay. I believe the prosecution has a witness that they would like to bring in. Okay. All right. So let's.
I would like to call Miss Fairy Queen to the stand, please.
Okay. Fairy Queen, are you available? Oh,
Why, as a matter
okay.
of fact, I am, Sugar. Nice to meet you. How are you all doing this fine, lovely evening? May I just say, Counselor Peanut, you look just prettier than a magnolia in May. How are you doing tonight, darling?
Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to present to you some pieces of information, and then I'll ask you a few questions. Is that okay?
I would be delighted. Thank you so much.
All right. First, can everybody see this? Can everybody see this correctly? Okay. So
Yes,
first,
we
I
can.
would like to ask, how do you know the defendant, Mr. Adarius?
Well, I met Adarius. When did I meet him? Or is it Adarius? I forget the difference between the two. I met him approximately, I think, in about June of 2023, when I first had entered this space, a lonely, fragile, young, buttercup like myself, wandering into the male-dominated space that is Discord. And I did indeed meet Adarius here in these Discord spaces. We talked, we laughed, we had great times.
What is going on?
Little did I know the evil interior underneath, of course, his somewhat happy exterior.
Fairy Queen, what's your relationship to Mr. Adarius here?
Well, for a long time, I thought that we were friends. I thought that we were wonderful friends. And then I saw him start saying the most ungentlemanly thing I could possibly hear. Why, did you see those pictures, those breasts, those butts? Oh, my goodness. He even wore white after Labor Day. Can you believe it? I was just so offended. Oh, my goodness. But worst of all, I told him he did have this thing that I gave him the crown of feminism. You know, I like to keep a lot of crowns. You see, from my pageant years, I have so much fun performing. I did give it to him, but unfortunately, due to his ungentlemanly behavior, I did indeed revoke the treaty.
I would like to, excuse me, I would like to jump in
Wait a
myself.
minute, that's not how this works. I have to finish my examination, and then you get to cross-examination.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes. So we'll let prosecution finish interrogating this witness, and then we'll allow the defense to also interrogate the witness. All right.
Right, Miss Fairy Queen, can you please read to me what is on the screen that this evidence that you have delivered to us today? What is this contract here for?
See, it came to pass that poor Darius was recorded saying some of the most ungentlemanly thing. When may I please play?
I would like you to please play the clip for me, please.
Absolutely, I would be delighted. One evening, I was sitting in a VC talking about God knows what, when all of a sudden Darius said,
"Could you be less capable?"
and he kept saying it over and over again,
Could you be less capable?
again and again and again. I felt like I was surely being assaulted. I was terrified.
Could you be less
And it was the worst thing I've ever seen. It was even worse than when I saw my father shoot that chipmunk right out of a tree. It was so awful.
Yes, can you please get back on track? What is this contract here for?
So sorry, I do get fainting moments like these. This contract in particular, I told him, listen, I will give you my special pageant crown back, but you will have to be taxed at least $10 for each time you indeed say the phrase, which was, again, if I do recall, my poor little fingers, I'm so sorry. I told him I would tack $10 onto the principal. He would have to pay $100 total for each time he said,
"Could you be less capable?"
over and over and over again. And so he didn't like that. And so my dear friend Majan, my best friend, he's a good friend of mine. He helped me set up this lovely King of Feminism contract where if he paid $100 to the United Nations Violence Against Women Fund with bi-weekly payments, pay stubs, that he would get the pageant crown back.
And what have you proven? What have you provided with us today? Only one payment, I see. Is this correct, Miss Fairy Queen?
That is correct. Unfortunately, Darius never did submit any other payments. He paid a measly $10. And all I can think to myself, honestly, Counselor Peanut, this breaks my heart. All of those poor people in the Middle East who now don't have the other $90. Did you know there are about approximately 16 women in the Middle East starving and dying out there because of what Darius failed to pay? It was the most horrible thing.
Well, thank you today for testifying. I will let the defense now make their questions.
Absolutely. Thank you, Peanut. Thank you.
Just before we proceed, can we play that sound clip one more time?
Absolutely. I would be delighted, Counselor. Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor.
"Could you be less capable?"
And can you repeat what he's saying there?
What he's saying there? I'm sorry, I cannot repeat such language. I don't speak such.
Your Honor, would you like me to say what is being said in that clip?
I would appreciate it, yes.
He is saying, here's a translation, bitches be less capable.
Okay, all right, just so the audience knows. All right, we will pass this off to the defense to interrogate the witness here. A lawyer, attorney, Black Yamato, please proceed.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. I would like to ask Miss Fairy Queen a few questions. So, are you sure, Miss Fairy Queen, that is the defendant using that line, "Bitches be less capable"? Matter of fact, let's examine those phrases. Bitches be less capable. Now, here in the Black community, the word bitch is a gender neutral term. So when my friend Adarius or the defendant Adarius uses the
Objection,
word,
leading the witness.
you can't do that.
I overrule.
Yes, I can. I can object.
You cannot. What? I couldn't do it when you were doing it.
Your Honor, this is clearly an adverse witness. You can lead witnesses if they're adverse.
Okay. Overruled. We'll allow it. Go ahead, lawyer Black Yamato. Continue.
Okay, like I was saying. Now, the word bitch in the Black community is a gender neutral term. We use it to refer to men, women, cats, dogs, airplanes. Now, by my defendants here being a certain color skin complexion, they wouldn't understand that. So they are prosecuting my friend Darius or my defendant by with a little bit of racism.
Are you admitting to a prior relationship with your client?
No.
I mean, I don't care, but continue.
No, I was just using it as a phrase, right? But they have said that he is being sexist. Mind you, the voice doesn't sound like him. Darius, could you say bitches be less capable?
Bitches.
Again, sir, so the whole jury can hear you.
Bitches be less capable.
Doesn't sound like my client. So, Fairy Queen, now to cover the butts and everything that you have apparently seen, could it be assumed that maybe he was hacked? Or maybe my client is a consumer of women of female empowerment.
My goodness, what a long question. Wow, you all look about as nervous as a bunch of long-tailed cats in a room full of rocking chairs, my friend. I don't understand why it took you an entire 500-word essay.
I interrupted.
I just want to preface you can't object in a court of law.
Okay, so continue, ma'am.
All I can tell you is I know what I saw and I know what I heard. And all I can tell you is that he absolutely did say those words. I saw his lips move. I heard the voice come out of his mouth. And I tell you, it was like listening to a woodpecker in a tree, okay? I heard it clear as day.
So, would you consider yourself a feminist?
Well, I do consider...
Objection, irrelevancy.
Why do you keep doing that? You can't do that.
They are allowed to object. May I know the relevance, attorney Black Yamato?
I am trying to establish a pattern of consistent targeting of my client.
Okay, all right, go ahead. Objection overruled.
Would you consider yourself a feminist, ma'am?
President of the Junior League, I certainly hope so.
Now, is it true that my client has talked to you about feminism before?
He has brought up the subject once or twice, not in a tone of seriousness, I might add.
How serious?
Oh, very unserious. Usually he will ask me a very serious question, and then he will post pornography in the sub chat. 1 minute he'll be asking me about the empowerment of women, and the next minute I'll be seeing boobs the size of the moon staring at me in the face. It's most terrifying, I must tell you.
Now, you believe in Now, if I am correct, and if you are a feminist, you believe that like women should be able to do whatever makes them feel empowered and feel beautiful, right?
Whatever makes them feel power and feel beautiful? I certainly
Yes.
don't know what you mean by that. I think
Wim-
that I have personally, here in the South, I know that times are different in some places. Personally, I think that I ascribe to a more conservative feminism, if you know what I mean.
So you're not really a feminist.
I disagree. I think I'm very much so am. Why, you should have seen the cookie fundraiser I was fundraising just last week. I
Now,
helped
let me
women-
point out that that my client, Darius, is a true feminist. He believes that women should be able to show off their bodies to be as beautiful as they can be. He believes that women should feel empowered in their bodies. So, men of the jury, women of the jury, how would you like it if someone told you that you couldn't look at or see certain parts of the body of women that want to show themselves off and feel the empowerment? That's all I have for this witness.
Your Honor, I've got a couple questions, if that's all right.
Yes, go ahead, Attorney LaCroix? Is it LaCroix? Or
Lactoid.
Okay.
Oh, look, the
Attorney,
defendant spoke. That was his voice.
I would advise the defendant to please wait your turn. You will have your chance in court. Okay, Attorney LaCroix, please proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Witness, you played before a recording to the jury, and you say that the recording is of the defendant's voice. But isn't it true that you don't have any definitive proof that this voice recording is indeed of the defendant?
I'm not sure what you mean by proof. All I can tell you is what I saw and heard.
All you can tell me is what you saw and heard, but all you heard was that being said in a Discord. You didn't necessarily see the defendant say that, correct?
Well, I don't know about that, unless we're living in an Orwellian times, darling. All I can tell you is I saw his lips move, I saw the sound come out of his throat, and that's what he said.
You saw his lips move, so he was on video.
He was cammed up, yes, indeed.
He was cammed up, okay. And are you positive that it was the defendant that was on the video? Could it possibly have not been the defendant?
I mean, unless he has an identical twin brother somewhere out in the boonies.
Or perhaps it could have been deep-faked AI.
Oh my goodness. Well, I have heard about that on the television, but I dare not look at it these days. I've heard some terrible things, especially about that poor lady, Taylor Swift. I do feel so badly for her.
Right. And it's also true that you have no definitive evidence that it was indeed the defendant himself who posted pictures of women. Is that also correct?
Well, I don't know if that's true. All I can tell you is I can see his username right next to the pictures when he posted them, so I must assume that it was him indeed.
Okay, so you're assuming that it was him because a username that you identified as the defendant was posting these pictures.
Yes, very many of them. Hundreds of them, possibly thousands.
Do you agree that it could be possible that perhaps a identical username was posting those pictures, or that the defendant's account was hacked?
I'm sure it's possible, but probable I'm not sure.
Okay.
Might I ask a question?
Once I got a couple more I got to go through. So let's take for a moment and assume that your so-called evidence is indeed of the defendant. You would agree that sharing photographs of women is not inherently sexist. Is that correct?
Oh, just any old photo? Probably not.
And isn't it true that plenty of well-known feminists, including Emily Ratajkowski and Emma Watson, have done modeling and posted photographs of themselves on the internet? Isn't that correct?
Yes, it is. Though I don't really consider them to be true feminists between you and I.
Okay. So you would not consider either of those people to be true feminists?
Not in my definition, anyway.
Okay. Are you aware that the defendant has referred to men as bitches as well?
I am, yes.
So knowing that, isn't it possible that if the defendant did indeed say bitches be less capable, that he simply could have been referring to weak-willed or otherwise wimpy people, man or woman?
Could be, but personally, I think that he wasn't.
Okay, so it could be, but you just personally believe that that he wasn't referring to men as well.
No, not based on the other context.
Okay. I'm just out of curiosity, how much have you personally donated to a Middle East fund for women?
Myself personally? Well, I haven't, but I will tell you that I raised quite a bit of money with my bake sale at the church last week.
So isn't it true that the supposed sexist has raised more money for Middle Eastern women than you have?
Well, I prefer to help the women in my immediate community, sir.
Okay, because they're white. Is that correct?
No, it's because they're the people that are most closest to me. You don't know what my community is like. How dare you make assumptions, sir? I'm most offended.
Are Middle Eastern women equal to women in your community?
I mean, there are Middle Eastern women who live in my community. We have a ton of refugees who live here, sir.
Okay, how much did you raise in your church bake sale for the Middle Eastern women in your community?
Well, let me think. There was the pastries, there was the donuts, let's see. And of course, there was the memberships that went out as well. I think it was possibly about $200, $300, I think, roughly speaking.
And your community is in the United States, is that correct?
That is correct. Proud and true.
And this is a country in which women enjoy far more privilege, rights, and access to resources than women in the Middle East.
I would think so in some cases, not in all cases.
Yet it was the defendant who chose to help those vulnerable women as opposed to you who chose to help the more privileged women. Is that correct?
Well, I think he only did that because I basically bargained him into doing it. Between you and me, I don't think he would have done it were it not for my influence.
Are you saying that he has so much respect for women that he would allow a woman to influence him into donating money to a woman's cause?
Well, to be perfectly frank with you, the type of influence he seems to be go by underneath is that of his male peers, which is the only reason he agreed to it in the first place.
Was it a male peer who convinced him to donate money to Middle Eastern women, or was it women who convinced him to donate money to Middle Eastern women?
I actually think it was the man because until my dear friend Majin came along and helped with the contract, I'm afraid that donation wasn't coming around anytime soon.
Well, we'll hear evidence later to really confirm whether or not that's true, but no further questions, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay.
I've got a couple of questions, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, we have
Like there's one prosecution lawyer and there's like 4 defense lawyers. My guy ditched me, so that's not fair.
It is not the defense's
quiet.
fault that we came prepared to a court hearing.
Your Honor. If Your Honor.
Okay. Well, we'll allow for redirect afterwards. Okay. So go ahead, Attorney Hugh Janis.
I just have 3 quick questions. Do you by chance have a Discord account?
Obviously, otherwise I wouldn't be here.
I figured. So, and you do have an edit button on your account, right?
That is true. Yes, sir.
Now, have you ever used this edit button to change your profile name?
To change my profile name?
Well, your server profile name.
My server profile name? I would have to recall, but I don't think so. Not that I can remember.
But you do understand that the button, I could change it and edit my name to your name now, right?
I suppose you could, sir. However, you wouldn't be able to mimic my darling voice. I have been practicing with it since I was 6.
Well, that is very true. But when you're faking a voice, it makes us very curious of the defense at what else you might be faking. So that is a hard one to stand on.
Listen, Counselor Janus, I dare you to be able to mimic my voice to the degree that I'm able to speak. I'm sure that you won't be able to, but we can always wait.
Well, maybe, just maybe, I can.
I would like to call another lawyer. I have Mr. Prime Kai.
Oh, if Mr. Prime, Mr.
No
Attorney
way.
Prime,
No
Prime
way.
Abolished. You just
Wait,
dug
no,
your own
no,
grave.
no.
It's
You gotta-
first and goal ball
We
for
had
1
the
yard line,
race
and we
thing
got
on
Jerome
lock.
Bettis
This
back
isn't
again.
fair.
Like you did this to yourself.
Oh God.
This is so fair. Juby ditched me. You have 4 lawyers.
No. You just dig your own grave. Prime Kai's. Well, let me
Excuse
not
me.
use that word.
Excuse
No, don't
Let me
say
not
nothing.
use that word.
Yeah.
Order!
All
Order
right,
in the
Prime,
court!
come on.
Order in the court! Order in the court. Okay. We will allow one additional attorney just to even things out, since there are 4 attorneys on the defense. So it'll be 2 to 4. I do want to say I want to advise the jury again. Please keep an open mind during this. Okay. Okay.
Let me get him in here.
Just one moment here. Okay. So, did the attorney Majin? Did you have any questions for the witness?
No, I don't think I do. Not at this time. Not for this witness.
Oh, okay. All right. So, attorney Prime Kai's
On his
feel
way.
free to join the live stream Collins channel, and we will bring you in here. Okay. All right. So, does the would the prosecution like to redirect the witness?
I think would be good. But they can call on their witness.
Okay. All right. Defense. Let's hear from one of your witnesses.
Who are we bringing up next, guys?
Okay. Well, I mean, I can be my own witness here.
All right. Well,
Um,
That's
Adarius?
really early. That's
I was
really
gonna
early.
say, we're
advise
earlier.
against that. Poof.
That's-
We're going to
that's too early.
advise against.
There are so many people willing to be a character witness for me not being a sexist that
Why
I mean,
are you
I would
speaking?
advise the defendant to wait their turn. I would advise the defendant to wait their turn. So
I'll be a witness for Adarius.
Can an attorney
Yes,
be
he
a
can.
witness?
Yes, he can.
I
we
mean,
googled it before. Yeah,
I
you
could
could
be
be
a.
an.
I want to
since
point
we
out
were-
that LaCroix is the attorney for Adarius, and Lactoid is the witness for Adarius.
We have no objections because this is
Two
allowed.
sec-
We
two-
googled
two
this
sec-
before.
Lactoid, since I was thrown into the hot seat with that last one, shouldn't I be the witness on this?
Sure.
Since she used me as a character.
Okay, sure. You know what? Mr. Majin, we call you to the stand.
All right.
All right, I got a few questions for you, Mr. Majin.
Hey! Before you do that, I didn't get to cross-examine Fairy Queen. Hold on, bring her back.
Wait a minute, you're on my team. You're on my team.
No, I mean, examine. Whatever. I mean, like, I'm gonna.
Oh, you want to redirect Prime?
Yeah, I want to.
Sorry, Prime.
Okay, one moment, Mr. Majin, if you'll wait.
No problem.
Prime, proceed with your questions for Fairy Queen.
Let me bring up the evidence back on for pull it up again so you can see the contract.
Okay. Thanks so much for allowing me to join last minute. I can see the the clear bias in this courtroom, right? Like when a person is trying to present a case, but then is all by yourself. Now it looks like a bit of sexism happening here, but I'm gonna move past that. Okay. So FQ. Is it illegal to raise money for your community?
Absolutely not.
Okay. All right. So you would say that the questioning before might have been a bit unfair about questioning your prerogatives for helping the people that you care about.
Objection. Assumes facts not in evidence. Irrelevant.
Any clarification, Attorney Prime Kais?
No, that's okay. I'll let it go. I'll let it go.
No, overruled. Overruled. Go ahead, Mr. Prime Kais.
Okay. FQ, you say that you were in front of, you were with the witness within the VC when you heard him say those awful, awful words.
I did indeed.
Objection, leading.
Is that leading?
Overruled.
That's not leading.
That's not.
It is literally. What
Let's-
the?
Overruled. Overruled. Order in the
I
court.
think it might be leading.
Continue.
That of course you do Lactoid.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I asked, how does it make you feel? How does that lead her to anything? Okay.
Just continue. Continue.
Sure. I will.
Miss Fairy Queen, would you like to answer?
Well, but could you please repeat the question? I'm afraid I have the memory of a goldfish.
Fair Queen, how did it make you feel when you heard that awful, awful comment?
It made me feel very, very unsafe. It made me feel quite sad, I must say.
Mm. And is this the first time that you've heard a similar comment to that?
Oh no, it's not the first time. In fact, I've heard of Darius say many similar things.
Oh, what else might he have said?
Well, for instance, I've heard him write many unpermissible things, like in many chats. I've heard him refer to women as whores. I've heard him refer to women as godly things. I'm just so shocked. I do apologize. I didn't mean to say such terrible things. I am, a great defender of law and order in these parts, and I do believe in keeping the lady's sensibilities. But he does, unfortunately, behave in a most ungentlemanly way. He refers to women as bitches, as whores, as God knows what else.
So, do you feel that a person who would refer to him as bitches and whores, do you think that would be a champion of women? Is that how you describe that individual?
Oh, absolutely not. I would never do such a thing.
Interesting. Okay. We have an individual who uses unsavory language around the ears of a sensitive lady like yourself, right? God fearing. And,
I'm a
and
woman of strong Christian origins, sugar.
indeed. And do you feel that the behavior and the types of arguments, because it's we know that Poof likes to debate, right? Do you think that might lead a woman astray?
Oh, I think it might possibly, very much so. I've met many women who are unfortunately led astray.
Indeed. So, would you say that he lowers the moral character of any VC that he happens to be in?
Absolutely. Every time he joins, I feel like that little Catholic hamster that looks like it's praying to God.
So, oh,
Mr. Primakar,
yes.
keep it contained, please.
Indeed, I will. I'm simply, I'm simply enjoying exposing this individual for the dangerous person they are. Right. I want to warn women who might encounter him in the future. Right. Would you agree with that, FQ?
I completely believe that. I think that if you are a God-fearing Christian woman and you want to be able to survive in a country whose morals have already been slung through the mud, that you have to do what you must in order to keep a simple level of dignity in these parts.
Thank you very much. No more questions.
I have some questions.
I have some questions
Okay.
after
Oh,
motion.
okay. Okay.
All
All
right.
right.
We can't just be on this one witness forever, though. Like,
Miss
I will allow
Miss
a couple of questions each. Okay. Go ahead.
Miss Fairy Queen. What's the definition of hate in your opinion?
A dictionary, sugar. Why don't you tell me your definition of hate?
I mean, I need to set up this this foundation here. What is your definition of hate?
My definition of hate?
Hmm.
I'm not sure. I suppose to find the good Christian Lord in His will.
All right. Would you say the statement "bitches be less capable" is that a statement of hate or fact?
I think that's a statement of hate. Absolutely.
So if you would take a male of average size and a female of average size and put them into physical context or contest, um, who would be more capable in that situation of strength?
Strength. Well,
objection, relevancy.
Overruled.
Thank you, Your Holiness.
Your Honor.
Your Majesty.
Will you continue, Miss Fairy Queen?
Well, obviously, of course, the man would, of course, pummel that poor lady into the dirt. But I will tell you that in this time of times, I do think that there are so many things that women, in fact, are capable of.
Now, based off of this lovely, our lovely witness here, and I would like to speak to the jury and the audience here, based off of the statements that we have got from our lovely witness right here, is that the statement that bitches will be less capable, and as we are here on a trial for if Adarius hates women, I don't think that statement that bitches be less capable is a statement of hate or degrading women. I think it could be that he is stating a factual statement, and on top of that, with if the evidence that was introduced earlier is from my client, I wouldn't see my client doing something that could it be that Adarius was actually trying to emphasize to shine light to the divine feminine figure?
I'm not sure why a slur word that can refer to my pooch and saying that that is less capable is the same thing as saying that ladies can't arm wrestle men, darling. I don't see what the connection is there.
Again, I will call back to what my my co defendant here would have said, that the term bitches may not be a derogatory one. It could be a noun, a verb, whatever that is, you know. So he could be talking about an airplane at that point in time. We have to have more of the context of the conversation to
Listen,
actually tie it in.
Listen, I said I know it wasn't a dictionary, and goodness knows I'm really more of a cat person, obviously. However, I do believe the dictionary does say that the definition of, dare I say the word bitch, is in fact a female dog, which means in almost all circumstances you will be referring to the idea of femininity, vulgar and coarse though it may be. I'd
Yeah,
say.
objection.
I don't believe
You
that
can't
there
have
was a definition under the dictionary, though I could, of course.
objection, Your Honor. We can't be redefining words in the middle of court. How can we get through? We can assume that if that's the case, then we can redefine every single word in every single statement.
I'm just going based off of what we had the precedent that we set prior to this.
I think we need to move things along here. So let's go to Attorney LaCroix to do a few questions here.
Witness Fairy Queen, I have some questions regarding the prior testimony on the redirect by Counselor Prime Kais. If I'm stating you correctly, you stated that you have strong Christian origins and you believe that women can be led astray by a man. Is that correct?
Absolutely true.
And in this case, you believe that women are being led astray by a black man. Is that correct?
I don't know if I believe that they're being led astray by a black man, but I do believe that they are being degraded in this case.
You believe that women are being degraded by a black man?
A man who happens to be black, darling.
Is a man who happens to be black not a black man?
He is, but I do believe I needed to unload what you were trying to say earlier.
Objection. How is this race relevant?
Oh, Your Honor, race is always relevant in all power dynamics, especially in the justice system. It is absolutely ridiculous that in 2024, somebody would say that in a justice system, race is irrelevant. Incredible.
Objection. We are here to examine the guilt of Poof, not of the black community. So there's no reason to bring this in.
Your Honor, the race of Adarius, I posit, is the reason why he is being held to such a standard in his treatment of women. Meanwhile, I have abused women much worse, and nobody's putting me on trial.
Oh, well, we'll see about that. Moving forward.
I have a few more questions.
Okay. I can neither confirm nor deny whether this Poof bear is a black man, but proceed, Attorney LaCroix.
Thank you. You stated during your testimony that you believe that this country's morals are going into the mud. Is that correct?
That is absolutely true.
And when you're referring to going into the mud, this would mean that you believe morals are declining from the past. Isn't that correct?
Well, I do believe that the pews are sadly empty and people are praying to God far less these days. So yes, I suppose so. People go to church less.
And you would prefer the morality perhaps back in the 1920s when women couldn't vote.
Well, I don't know about that, darling. All I know is I wish for the days when people used to go to churches, used to sing their songs in harmony and hold hands. That's all I want. I'm more of a 50s gal myself. I don't know if you can tell.
And is it not true that the 50s was before the Civil Rights Act of 1964?
It was indeed.
You did prior state during your redirect testimony that Adarias says awful things about women. Didn't you allege that?
I did allege that, yes.
Didn't you also state, and I'm going to quote here, quote, I have the memory of a goldfish. Did you not state that?
I did. Which is why I'm so happy and grateful that I have that recorded. It helps me remember so many times.
Given that you have the memory of a goldfish, is it possible that you're simply misremembering all of the various allegations that you're alleging against the defendant?
It's possible, but every time I forget, I just look back at my notes and my lovely recordings, and the memory comes flooding back to me, I must tell you.
No further questions, Your Honor.
It is not helping that your client keeps snickering every single time this clip is played.
Less capable.
Listen, we're going to ask our client to put himself on mute for about 5 minutes, just so we don't get this case thrown out.
Bitches be less capable.
Okay. All right. So the prosecution, you all want to bring a witness to the stand. I believe it was Majin. So Majin,
The defense wants to bring him up.
wants to bring Majin up as well. Okay. Well,
No, the defense wants to put him up, and then we will cross-examine after they do it.
Oh, sorry, not the prosecution, the defense. My apologies. Majin, Mr.
Yep.
Majin. Oh, you know what? I should have asked Fairy Queen this too. You both are going to have it now. Do you both swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth? What's the
So
rest
help
of
you
it?
God.
So help you God. Yeah, hand on the Bible.
I do.
Absolutely.
Does anybody have any objections to this marriage?
Yo,
Yeah,
what in the
fucking
world
hell,
are we?
why am I not
We're married now.
in the middle of court?
Well, okay.
I'm gonna go
There'll
cry.
be a lot of jealous people out there.
We will proceed with that later. We'll pause right here. Okay, Mr. Majin, you may take the stand. In the defense, go ahead and question your witness.
Mr. Majin, go ahead and just elaborate a little bit on your history with the defendant.
I met Mr. Adarius while hanging out in this gentleman's Wix TV's Discord. I saw this young gentleman having a hard go in this conversation of finding his place amongst this very male field, both words, you know. He was just trying to find a lot of acceptance out there, and just wasn't getting it. Challenged on his intellect and his bravado and manhood constantly.
Sorry, is somebody making slurping noises?
I'm sorry, I'm drinking juice right now because this shit is funny.
I would advise the client, if you don't want to be, held in contempt.
Yeah, Poof, throw that mute down.
This is
Please
typical
As a
male
lawyer, just
behavior.
mute yourself.
Your Honor, in case you don't know, this is typical male behavior. I
Bro,
just want
Prime
that
K's is
noted.
a
You're
male
out of line,
feminist,
Prime.
bro. Come on,
Out of
man.
line.
Yeah, I
Okay,
object to that comment. That was both sexist and manipulative to the to the jury.
I don't know that you can object on manipulative, but let's proceed. Go ahead, Attorney LaCroix. Please continue.
So, Majin, could you please talk a little bit more about Adarias' noble quest for acceptance and perhaps some of the challenges that he faced simply trying to make a home in a community?
Yeah, I can speak on that. So while he was in the server, like I said, there was always seemed to be question of if he was a tough man, a strong man. Something I never understood because, like you said yourself, as somebody I would not say is a relatively tough or strong man would never get have these things called into questions, unlike Adarius, which you know black men tend to be tougher than white men. Um, Many examples of this. So I always found it curious, and then yeah.
Okay. So, so you would say, are you saying that Adarius was really just trying to seek acceptance, and did he tolerate women well? Was he kind to women?
He actually seemed to seek the acceptance of women quite frequently. I would say some would say co-signing or maybe side busting for the ladies. Even to the point of maybe being called the forbidden words of the trash panda. You would say. Um, yeah, maybe deny. Something Malcolm X wouldn't be too proud of seeing a Doris do it.
And
To
and
that
s-
level.
and so it was brought up before during the testimony of a prior witness that the defendant generously donated money to the cause of women
Yes,
because he was influenced to do so by a man. Could you speak a little bit about that incident? Were you there at
I
that
would.
incident?
I happened to be the man to come in and try to help Adaris. He was in the middle of this mobbing, like literally just getting jumped. I've never seen anything so violent in my life. You know what I'm saying? And I couldn't help it, as a fellow black man, to see this guy just get it beat like that. He couldn't fight back. It was crazy, you know. So I decided
Objection. How is the race relevant?
huh?
Your Honor,
How is the race relevant?
we have already discussed how the race is relevant, but this
The
is
relevancy of this.
a
Overruled.
recounting of
Overruled.
facts. Thank you, Your Honor.
Um, so I decided to come in and negotiate as a mediator. We have a friend named Doobie who likes to say I create bonds. So I was trying to build a bridge between the two sides because I couldn't watch this horrible massacre that I was watching continue.
Would you say that ultimately it was the women who convinced Adarius to give money to women?
It's almost like a mugging, to be honest. Like if he did it, the consequences were going to be dire.
So either he voluntarily gave money to women or he was pressured into giving up his money by some of the very women who are accusing him here today.
Yeah. I mean, he was really just trying to look for the acceptance, right? But that acceptance seemed the ladies only seemed to want to come after what was in his pockets at the time. You know what I'm saying? It just seemed to be like even though he was asking for her, like accept me and acknowledge me, they were like, "Yo, hey, you got to pay to this movement." So I don't, man, it was tough. It was crazy. I don't want to call a spade, but you know.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Okay. Would the prosecution like to cross-examine? Okay, go ahead.
So, Mr. Margin,
Yes, ma'am.
have ever heard Mr. Adarius speak in any disgusting ways or get any permission to prove this? I'm sorry. You spoke. Let me rephrase this. I'm sorry. You spoke about a man named Doobie, right? Doobie, a fellow friend of yours.
Yes.
Is
Yes,
Mr. Doobie a friend of Adarius here, the defendant?
ma'am. I would like to say multiple times he has defended Adarius. Yes.
And have you seen this Mr. Doobie permit Darius for any kind of behavior?
Can you repeat that?
Permit him to do any sort of behavior? Has he kind of co-signed any of this behavior? Whether it be the posting of the women pictures, etc., etc.?
I would say since some of this has happened in Doobie server by him allowing Adaris to post these tasteful pictures of the divine feminine form in the non-nude, by the way.
So he's
Non-nude.
allowed this?
I think so. If it hasn't been
I would
deleted.
like to present I'm so sorry, my cat just fucking went wild. I would like to present this piece of evidence here. For me, it looks like, let me move my face real quick. Mr. Doobie has actually decided that he was not given permission to post these kind of pictures. If you could read here, Mr. Poof says he has permission from Mr. Doobie, but looks like he does not. If you can read here.
I do see this. I do find this interesting, right? Because my understanding is that Sir Doobie the Third was supposed to be a prosecutor of Adaris, right? But did not show up. So would this actually also be confirming he's okay with everything that Adaris is doing?
No, it wouldn't, because he would be prosecuting against Adarius.
But he didn't show up.
Okay, well, he didn't show up because he had real life. That's nothing I can do about that.
I don't know.
Anyways,
I think maybe
I might have some messages with Doobie from
I'm supposed to,
prosecution that's
as
different.
as the prosecution, I'm supposed to be asking the questions, not you. Thank you. Anyways, as you can see here, does Mr. Doobie affirm and confirm that he's allowed to be posting this kind of behavior? Because you did say that he did allow it, so please, read these messages.
I said by the fact that he had not ever deleted the photos. I have not ever seen Doobie.
Just please read the evidence. Please read the evidence for us, where I believe Mr. Adarice here says, Doobie gave me permission to post this. Mr. Doobie says, no, I didn't.
Since this is a side chat, there's a lot of things that are missing from this, but I do not see a reply quote to that exact photo right there of Adariah saying Doobie gave him permission. So how do I know he's not talking about something prior to that, or even to Adariah in that photo?
Well, I would like to point out. Okay, but I'd like to point out for the jury. Oops, I don't know what the fuck just happened. Oops, sorry. No, I didn't do that. No, I'm sorry. My slides are going all fucked up. Okay.
Hey guys, we gotta watch the language here.
Objection, language.
Language.
I apologize. So I would just like to point out also to the jury, Mr. Adarice does say bitches do live life on easy mode. Fuck women. Women are bad people. Women are of lesser moral wealth. I am sexist. The defendant here has confirmed that he is sexist.
I happened to be in the Discord when these comments were coming out, and Adarias was not speaking. And this was the day after Adarias did make a vow and an oath that he would be fighting for women in all feminism throughout the world, okay?
Oh, but he has continued. I have timestamps of different days.
And so when he came in here the day after that, right, for whatever weird reason, he never spoke up in the chat, but was typing some very contradicting and it was just completely a 180 from what he was trying to do now. So I think that these might be
1 second. I would just like to clarify. Your defendant right now is making posts in different servers talking about women as we speak.
How do we know it's him?
I can literally, he's literally just said in my Discord, I've never posted pictures of women.
Darius.
Fuck Doobie. Fuck Lactoid.
Darius, what the fuck?
Like that.
Bro, that's my brother on my laptop, bro. That's not even me. I can get my brother in here right now to confirm everything that he's typing.
Oh,
he's literally posting a picture where he says women are bad people. Women. He posted a picture.
Bro, my brother got it. Bro, get over here right now and tell Twitch what you're doing.
He literally posted a picture of him.
It's his brother. It's his brother. He has.
Oh my god! I would like to hand this over to Mr. Kai. I cannot.
Wow.
Mr. Kai, I would like to hand this over to you.
Yes. Thank you so much. Shocking quorum behavior. Yeah.
Mr.
Yeah, you scared?
Prime Energy, would you like to question the witness?
Indeed, I do. Thanks so much.
All right.
Okay. Hello, Mr. Majin.
Hello, Mr. Kai.
Hi. I'd like to comment that's a ridiculous name, but I am still going to pretend to take you seriously for the purposes of this trial. Naming yourself over an anime character. How could you? Any which way.
Yes, sir, Mr.
So,
Kai.
Look at my
so
screen. Look at my screen. Look what your defendant is posting.
Stop interrupting, Peanut.
okay.
This is why I say the shit I say.
No.
Yeah, an admission.
No, it's not.
Lactoid, I would say please do not
Can we
control your
strike that
witness.
from the record? It was
Please do
just an
not control
outburst.
your witness because this is helping our case.
Okay, she
appreciate
interrupted, so I interrupted one time, so now we even. So neither one of them count.
See, Your Honor, he's only looking for equality, Your Honor.
Counsel,
I just want to point that
I'm
out.
looking for equality. I want women and men to be held to the same standard. This is what all my
Can we
answers. So
strike that from the record, Your Honor?
I am an egalitarian.
Okay, order in the court. Mr. Prime Energy, please finish the questioning for your
I would like to add that he said he's a large team of lawyers and witnesses and bitches. He did just say that too.
Oh my goodness. All right.
I will shut up now. Mr. Kai.
Mr. Prime Energy, please continue.
Okay. So, Majin, you say Poof was being jumped in a VC. Could you elaborate more on what you mean by being jumped?
So, and usually when it's somebody being jumped, it's 2 to 3 people just violently assaulting, whether with words or fisticuffs. Yeah. So there was about.
You mean fisticuffs?
Yeah, fisticuffs. Yes, sir.
Okay.
But this one was one of words, and they were just accosting him in every which way. Just
Well, could you give us an example of how they were accosting him?
Attacking his intellect. I think there were some head shape comments in there. I can't. It was so long ago, but.
Oh,
Discord,
was it?
Right?
It was so long ago. Okay.
Yeah.
What was the inciting incident to this moment?
Unfortunately, I came into it a little bit late. So I was only there to try to help and defend this man. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what led to it though. Could have been a number of things. But from my history with Adaris, he's usually a saint of some sorts.
Okay, so you weren't actually there for the initial incident. You don't know what caused it, but you assumed that Poof here was the innocent party.
Yes. With the violence that was ensuing afterwards, and the mass of people that were just sticking their foot in and out of his rectum, I just assumed that he didn't deserve any of what was happening.
Okay, and the people who were putting their foot deep in his rectum were women. You say?
Yes.
Okay. And you can't imagine in what scenario that this might have been called for?
No. Not at me.
Okay.
I've never been in a situation where I needed to have somebody's foot stuck deep down my rectum.
Okay, sure. So if we can go to the slides that our friend Small Peanut has still up, could you look at the center slide again?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What does the wonderful Miss Fairy Queen say in that center slide?
Make the asses stop.
Indeed. Okay. And then what does Pope say in response to that?
Bitches do live life on easy mode. Fuck women. Women are bad people. Women are lesser moral worth. I'm sexist. Oh well. ... Question mark.
Indeed. So if Poof had said something like this previously to you walking into that VC, would you think that might be a reason to cause such a commotion?
Can you repeat that, please? I was
Sure. No problem. You were being silly. It's cool. So, if Poof had said something on similar lines, either within a voice or in some sort of text channel, do you think that'd be a good reason to cause that sort of reaction among the women in that DC?
absolutely.
Objection. Relevancy.
How is the words of the defendant not relevant?
You're taking of a voice chat that he may or not have been in. What are you doing?
Does the
So you're assuming.
Does the defense not believe that?
Overruled.
Okay.
Overruled.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, back to it.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Yeah. So you think there might be such a thing as fighting words, Majin, so that if a person says horrible things, that would cause a reaction, a reasonable
Yeah.
reaction. Okay.
Correct.
All right.
I do believe in fighting words.
And so we know that Poof has a history of doing exactly that. I mean, we see it on the screen here in terms of the evidence presented, and we've seen it live with his outburst, correct?
I mean, are you talking about this last outburst right here?
Any of all the outbursts.
What outburst?
Yeah, what outburst? Because
what
I
outburst?
I do not believe I've ever seen Adarius ever in a bad light of assaulting or accosting women.
Okay. So our friend Small Peanut has put in further evidence. Now, I would like you to read this evidence as well.
That's why I said relevancy.
So starting from the top,
I knew where it was going.
Puff,
I knew where it was
Bear
going.
said, could you read that? Read those to the audience, the jurors, excuse me.
So I would like to state that before I read these comments, that these are not mine by any measure or means. I do not co-sign or agree with this. This is Black History Month.
No,
Y'all
certainly you don't. You simply would defend an individual. You would simply defend an individual who might say that. Okay, so could you start reading from the top?
Small Peanut said, if I said that about black women, I'd be racist.
Say, what about black women?
I don't know, but the next statement.
Read it as is.
Poof Bear said, "Fuck black women." All right.
Hashtag fuck black women, correct?
Hashtag fuck black women.
Indeed.
And then he also said, all right, Poof, hacked Poof said, fuck white women is hashtag fuck white women. I'm lost on girl cult. I am lost on girl culture though.
Can you speak those a little bit clearer,
No,
Majin? Can you really enunciate those first two lines, please?
Oh my god.
Majin, if you would please, the court needs you to not fuck this up. So
which part? The fuck white women part?
Start from the first thing that Mr. Poof Bear allegedly said here, okay?
Again, I want to state that these aren't the words of.
Understood. Please.
We understand. Just enunciate when you say these. We need the jury to understand.
Hashtag fuck black women. God. Why is that?
I just want to add, this is on Black History Month.
Stardust, would you allow
when did you say that?
Would you allow me to read these texts, because it seems like the witness is incapable of doing such a thing?
I think the witness should read the second part.
Get it hot in here.
The rest of it.
Okay.
Give him a minute. Give him a minute. He needs a minute. Just give him a minute, prompt.
We don't
just
have
give him
a minute. We don't have
a
minute.
The second part? Oh, the last. Okay, I gotcha. I'm lost on culture though.
No. The part right before that. Right after the part that you just read.
Fuck white women?
Yes. Okay, thank you. Now you may read the second half if you can.
I'm lost on girl culture though. Makes no sense. All women want to do is argue and fight. Fuck F you. Hey, yo, calm down. Fuck, like,
Bro.
hey, yo, calm down. And damn it.
Bro.
I would like to point out that the defendant here is saying fuck Lactoid, who is one of his lawyers.
But that's why I said he might be. He was hacked. Not might be. He was. I was
Hypothetically
there.
speaking, even if I
I have some
weren't
redirect
hacked.
questions.
Okay, go
Okay.
ahead.
Almost.
Go ahead, Mr. Attorney.
I haven't
I
finished.
think Time Kai's still going.
Yeah. So, but I'm
okay.
almost done. I'm almost done.
Okay.
Uh,
Yes, let's speed it up, Mr. Prime Energy.
Absolutely. As soon as Majin decides to stop giggling, maybe we can get through this. All right. So, would you say that these are positive statements directed at these individuals?
No, I wouldn't say these are positive statements.
Okay. So Poof has a history of insulting the people within servers that he frequents.
I wouldn't know that. Apparently from
Hold on. Majin. We've seen slides. You've read them. Slides in which he has stated awful comments to these individuals, right? Not just one incident, multiple incidences. So would you say that that would be a pattern?
If these slides are to be Darius, I'm not sure if they are or not. There's no true evidence here. I would say yes. These slides do show some of what you're talking about. Yes.
A pattern. What I'm talking about is a pattern.
Yes,
Thank you so much. Finished with questions.
Okay. Mr. Lacrosse, please continue with your cross exam or is it cross exam? Yeah. Or redirect. My apologies. Go ahead.
Majin, you were just asked to make some conclusory statements here, but I wanted to ask some clarification on some of these statements as it regards your testimony. So when Adarias, and if you could leave the slide up, please, thank you. When Adarias references that he's lost on girl culture, could it be at least possible that Adarias is simply referencing to the fact that he, as a male and can only view the world from his male perspective, may want more female representation? So that perspective can be part of the conversation, and so girl culture is not lost on both him and the conversation as a whole.
Absolutely.
Okay. And when Adarias states that all women want to do is argue and fight, could it be possible that he was referring to women's righteous arguing and fighting for their rights, such as when they fought for the right to vote or when they fought for the right to be protected in the workplace?
Absolutely.
When Adarias states fuck black women and states fuck white women, could it be possible that he was referring to legalized interracial marriage and how now it was free to copulate with women of multiple different races?
Good point.
This I never saw this, but this would be on track because Adarias loves women. You know what I'm saying? He absolutely. Yes, he could actually be meaning the literal word fuck.
And on top of that, near the end of the supposed evidence against Adarias, it states pretty clearly, fuck Lactoid. Now, for any beliefs you may hold about Lactoid and maybe him not being as tough or maybe him being better at you at Warhammer 40K, he is indeed a male. Is that correct?
Correct.
So clearly Adarias is not discriminating his
objection,
anger.
That's an assumption. We haven't proved that that Lactoid is a male. We have not proved that in court.
Your Honor, according to Twitch TOS, I cannot prove this. This is an unfair burden upon the defense to prove this. It should be taken.
I just wanted to, on the record, that we have, there's no evidence been presented by Lactoid, by Majin, by anyone that Lactoid is indeed a male.
Just really quick, just really quickly, Prime. I'm gonna hold you to that same standard when I get on stage and defend myself.
Indeed,
more on that later. More on that later.
I wouldn't count. But continue.
Oh, more on that later. But go ahead.
Your Honor, I do testify under oath that I am a male. I would like for that evidence to come in.
Okay, all right. I will allow it.
Thank you, Your Honor. So based on the fact that he is saying fuck Lactoid, and Lactoid is indeed, as testified, a male, he's clearly not discriminating. He's clearly not discriminating his anger based on gender, right? He is saying fuck men, fuck women. He's saying fuck you to everyone, essentially. Isn't that correct?
Are you saying that he is pansexual?
Yes. Yes.
It could be, given his tolerance for people, it wouldn't surprise me. But I don't want to make assumptions for Adarias.
I think I have heard him being an ally of the LGBTQ plus.
Let's not go in. Let's not talk too much about that subject around him. But generally, yes, I would agree. Let's. Thank you.
Very, very brave.
Okay. All right. Any further questions for this witness, or I believe the prosecution.
I have another
has their-
witness.
Oh, you have another witness. Okay.
I have another witness.
Who are you calling to the stand?
I would like to call Piggy Mama to the stand.
Okay. Oh. Okay. Hello.
Hi.
Do you, Piggy Mama, swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yeah, sure.
Ah, hell.
I'm gonna need an I do from you, ma'am.
Oh, are we getting married? Okay, yeah, I do.
Right, Miss Piggy, could you please introduce yourself for us to the court today?
Yeah, hi, I'm Miss Piggy. You guys can find me on OnlyFans.
Okay, and what is your relationship to the defendant here, Mr. Adoroyas?
Okay, yeah, Adarius is my piggy daddy.
Okay, and how long have you known Mr. Adoroyas?
Well, I was pregnant for like 3 months, 3 weeks.
No,
3
come on.
days.
It wasn't even my child. It's not.
Okay,
It wasn't my kid.
No. Trust me, I would remember.
Mr.
Oh, shit.
Mr. Puff Bear, I would advise you to wait your turn, or I will have to hold you in contempt of the court.
Oh my god. That's how Tupac felt.
Miss Piggy, has Adorias ever been present in your piggies' lives?
I didn't even finish like the other question.
Oh, you can finish, miss.
Okay, yeah. So like, I was pregnant with his kids, by the way. For 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days. Trust me, I would remember because I had 13 of them. Okay. So like, I don't know, like 4 months.
All right, and has he been present in your piglets' lives at all?
Like, not at all. Okay. Like, unfortunately, like once he found out that I was he was totally there. But the moment I told him I was pregnant, he said he was going to go to the market and he never came back.
Wow. All right, last question, and then I will let my fellow lawyer speak. Has Adorias ever paid child support for your piggies?
What? No, never. Like, it got so bad at one point because he wasn't paying child support that I had to give away some of my piggies. And, like, unfortunately, I found out that some of them were chased down by a man with a machine gun in a helicopter. Can you believe it?
Wow. All right, I will let my fellow lawyer take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, oh, okay, make sure my mic is on. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
This is not your turn. This is my other lawyer, Mr. Prime Kai.
Sorry,
Carl, that's not-
Mr. Black Yamato. Mr. Prime Energy is going first. Go ahead, Mr. Prime Energy.
Oh man, it better be a tasty energy drink because I don't think you're ready for this one.
Thank you so much. And Miss Millie, before I begin, I just wanted to
Miss Piggy.
Miss Piggy. Okay.
Miss
I don't know
Piggy.
a Miss
Miss
Millie.
Piggy. Miss Piggy, I'd like to extend my condolences to you for the loss of your
Thank you.
piglets.
Thank you.
No woman should have to deal with such behavior. Miss Millie, could you?
Piggy.
Sorry, Piggy. Could you characterize the relationship prior to Poof abandoning you and your children?
Yeah, like he was totally into me. Like he hit me up on OnlyFans, right? Like I get like a lot of furries that come after me. Like even though I'm an actual pig, like I'm not a furry by the way. Like I'm an actual pig. You can see, right?
Oh,
So
no.
like he hit me up and he was like totally down and he wanted some pig feet. And he wanted me to put them in vinegar. I don't know. That was a weird thing, but you know, it was a request, so I did it. And then,
Racism.
and then,
Objection, racism.
Mr. Poof, I again will advise you, please wait your turn.
Oh my god.
Miss Piggy, could you repeat that? He wanted pig feet?
Yeah. Yeah, pig feet in vinegar, to be specific.
So he wanted pictures of pig feet standing in vinegar, or like separated, attached to a pig, or
No, like my pig feet, because
your
I'm
pig
a
feet.
pig. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, your pig feet
Oink oink.
within vinegar. And did you send him such material?
Well, yeah, he paid
Bro,
me.
what the hell?
And what was his response when
Mr. Poof, I'm going to need you to control your outburst, sir. Continue.
Miss Piggy, I do apologize. This
Yeah.
person can clearly not control themselves.
Thank
But
you.
Miss Piggy, when you sent him the pig feet, what was his response?
So like he didn't respond for a while, so I assumed he was like doing his business, and then afterwards he said that was great. And then he wanted to meet in person, so I told him that was gonna be, that was gonna be a little pricey. So he had to pay my farmer quite a bit to be able to do that. But we met, and then stuff happened, and then I found out, I was endowed with piggies, if you know what I mean.
Yes, indeed. I think we all know what you mean. So you discussed him as a furry. What led you to believe that? He specifically said he's into furry behavior?
Yeah, well, like I'm a pig, right? And
Mm.
he's not a pig. So, I mean, that would be the only explanation.
So my co-counsel, Miss Small Peanut, has up on her screen a picture. Could you describe the picture that she's
Man, hell no.
and who is it?
Yeah, I
And could you
mean,
tell who is it from? Who is it from?
yeah. So, this one says it's from Poof, and it's like this weird, like fox girl, with really big tits.
Mm-mm. Um, uh, is this so? You would say this is characteristic behavior from Poof, that he likes uh, animal themed women,
Uh huh.
such as yourself,
Oh
who
yeah,
might be blessed in the chest. Well, you might say.
I want to go next.
yeah. It's like a common theme. I think that's what he's really into.
Okay, all right. Uh, and how did that make you feel? Were you excited to be with an individual like this, or?
I mean, if he's gonna pay, like, yeah.
Okay, so he often paid for your services.
I mean, well, not like that. It's legal. It's all legal on OF. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Just
and
one question. Are you referring to only farmers, not only fans, right?
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I sometimes get them mixed up, but yeah, only farmers. Uh-huh.
Okay,
Mhm.
so in relation to the other individuals who subscribe to your content, would you say Poof was especially degenerate?
Oh, 100%. Like I had never gotten the pig feet vinegar thing. Like they wanted to see pictures before, but never like me put them in something before. And that was extreme. Like that was a new experience for me. But I'll do anything on Only Farmers. Hi, hello. Miss Piggy. Don't forget that. You can find it type it in the search bar.
And we all
Oh, what
thank you
man.
for your great entrepreneurship. You
You're
know,
welcome.
and no further questions at this point.
Okay,
Thank you.
Mr. Black Yamato would like to ask some questions of this witness.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I would like to point out that it is once again Black History Month. And they have already started off slandering my client
Relevancy.
with racism, stereotypical tropes of black men being non-good fathers,
Tell him.
and I will not stand for this, and you shouldn't stand for this either. So my first question to this witness is, if my client was there for you during during the conception of the children, wouldn't that make him a good father there for the pregnancy?
I mean, what I think you misunderstood. Like he was there to create them, but he didn't stay after they were made, right? Like
Well, you said he went to go get milk. What if he
He
got?
said he went to the market and he never came back.
Yeah, to go get milk. That is an ideal, ideal father.
Takes a while to
Men
get.
bad at directions.
Do you not know how long pigs are pregnant for? Like I
Well,
said it earlier.
men are very bad at directions, ma'am.
It takes a man 3 months.
Some
3 weeks and 3
sometimes
days.
I go and I try to go to the store and I be gone weeks at a time and I come back every 5 months.
I hope you don't have kids.
Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this woman, you say you work on Only Farmers, right?
Yep.
And you sure this is a picture of my? You sure this is something that my client posted?
Yeah, that's his name and icon right there.
Are you sure about that? And if this is my client, what if my client is a fan of artwork of the highest quality? He supports his local artists, his furry artists.
Yeah, he posted that while he was in VC with me, and he said there was nothing wrong with it.
So you're saying that he loves artists and the artistic feel of furry art, right?
No, I think he likes big boobs. Miss Piggy on Only Farmers, by the way. Check it out. Hi.
By the way, I just want to point out that she's calling herself Miss Piggy, and he ain't no goddamn Kermit. So whatever y'all got going on, I don't buy it, and the people of the jury shouldn't buy it. I yield my time.
Look, I had him squealing all night long. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about.
Lady, can we strike that from the word? Can we strike that? Ma'am, this is a place of the court.
Overruled.
This is the place of the court, ma'am.
Overruled. Okay.
Quick redirect.
I have some further questions before redirect, Your Honor.
Oh, you have some further questions, Mr. Lacrosse? Please go ahead.
Miss, what did you say your name was?
Miss Piggy.
Miss Piggy. It's true that you stated that you have an Only Farmers. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And you are a piggy, as you state. Is that correct?
Yes.
So it's true that. Baby. Okay. So it's true that you are actively producing illegal content. Isn't that correct?
No, it's totally legal.
Your Honor, I need to direct to federal statutes which prohibit unnatural activity between humans and animals, and the posting of graphic images.
On? Who's the liable party in that?
Well, the liable party, I'm getting to that. I do have a liable party in mind, but I would like to just first establish this as settled law. It's true that you're currently being controlled by a pimp named, quote, Farmer. Is that correct?
I mean, like, he takes care of me, but, like, bitch, don't own me, okay?
Are you free to leave?
I mean, kinda.
Is it true that Farmer has a tremendous amount of influence over your daily routine?
Are you going with this lactoid?
I mean, like, yeah, I mean, he feeds me and he gives me water and, like, yeah, maybe.
And in fact, this Farmer, because he controls you both physically and perhaps psychologically, is there a possibility that Farmer could have spoken you before today about the testimony that you would present today?
Objection. One, leading the witness. Two, how is it relevant to the larger case, her outside relationships, not specifically dealing with Poof? How does any of this stay within the record?
Your Honor, this is an adverse witness. You can use leading questions against adverse witnesses. This is well-established law. Yeah. Thank you, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
But how is it relevant?
It's relevant as to credibility.
Mr. Prime Energy, I've decided it's overruled, okay? I don't want to hold you in contempt of the court, okay? Go ahead.
Ms. Piggy,
Mr. Lacrosse.
Do you know that, if Adarius only left you in order to volunteer saving female Afghani refugees from the Taliban during the fall of Kabul?
Like, he said he was going to the market. What does that have to do with anybody overseas?
If I told you that the only reason why Adarius left was because he went to go save female Afghani refugees from the Taliban during the fall of Kabul, but was on a secret mission and thus had to say that he was going to the market. Would you agree that that's not sexist?
I'm a pig. I don't know what sexist means.
God damn it!
That's all the questions I have, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. Any redirect from the prosecution?
Yes. Miss Piggy, right?
Uh-huh.
Now I know. Looking at you, you're clearly
Uh-huh.
a high class woman.
Oh, thank you. You really think
But
so?
indeed, I do. Right, and indeed, I think this clear. You present clear evidence to the court of your class and your grace. But despite that, right, I was wondering if you could share something intimate with us. Right, could you
Okay.
share the process in which your beautiful piglets were created? Right, that night. What happened there?
Oh, you want like full details?
Oh fuck! No, hold on. Wait, guys. Let me. I was a. Damn it.
Okay.
Lactoid, say
I
objection.
dare you.
Sir,
You useless
will have your
fucker.
chance. You will have your
Objection.
chance. You'll have your chance.
So,
I mean,
so yes,
look,
please.
the only thing he ever told me is that if he were to ever get me pregnant, that he wanted to name the piggies Porky and Ham. Okay. Like, I told him we typically have like 12 to 14. Like, he couldn't come up with any more names after that. So he just.
All three of y'all better stay separate right now.
Objection. We know that Poof has said that one of the kids' names was Jambalaya. That's a lie.
Man, what the fuck? You useless bastard!
Overruled.
Would you say Miss Piggy, right? You describe yourself as a woman, correct? Right?
Yeah.
Yes. And just to establish character, was Poof here a generous lover?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
indeed.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And in what ways did he show his generosity?
Well, I don't know about size, but like, I mean, he gave lots of cuddles, I'll say that.
Mm-mm. And did he have maybe a focus on certain parts of your body?
Oh, yeah. Like I said, he was really into the feet, the pig feet, but also my like 8 nipples that I have.
And were there any like exclamations of ecstasy that came out of Poof's mouth?
He wanted me to teach him how to squeal so he could do it whenever
Man,
we were,
what the
doing
fuck
it.
is going on?
I'd like to add on to that redirect. Did this Mr. Adarias here talk about maybe doing inappropriate activity on your face?
Oh, yes. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, don't zoom in on that.
Could you read the slides?
You want me to
provided
read
by-
the slides?
No, hold on. Wait, guys. So look, my brother, who can come on the stream like right now. Hold on.
Hey! This is not your
Okay,
turn.
we'll call your brother next. Okay?
Miss Piggy, could you read the slides provided by my co-counselor?
Yeah, these right here. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, let me see. Okay. Like, so do I need to say what Yamato said too?
Bro, that says
yes,
edited.
please.
Somebody
Please
went
do.
back and changed
Please,
this.
please do. Please read everything.
Okay. Okay. Yamato said, I know something about that I find sexy. I don't like doing it on the face because it's kind of weird. And then Puff Bear, Poofy Poof, coming on the face helps you degrade the bitch though. I
And the
did
next
not feel
comment?
degraded at all. I'll just let you know.
Understood. Because you're a high class woman, and that's what high
I
class women
am.
do.
Wait. I'm in this. Hold up. Hold up.
So could you read the next?
Yeah.
Could you read the next one?
Uzamark said 100%. And then Poof said, swallowing makes me feel more valuable, whereas coming on her face is degrading, which makes me feel more powerful.
Okay, indeed. And then the final.
Yeah, Manny to the max said face, and then Coco Puff. It's a tie. Can't lie to you. Swallowing makes me feel more important, but coming on her face makes me feel powerful. I enjoyed degrading women, though. Fuck women. Yeah, he definitely did it that night. If you know what I mean.
Can one of you three useless motherfuckers say something?
What are you talking about? I'm in this screenshot. Hold up, I'm a little bit shocked. You stupid, mother. This is why I kept telling you stop fucking asking me these dumbass questions.
I would like to state you will never catch me in none of these motherfuckers. Like hell, you got these.
All three of you motherfuckers are useless. What do
You stupid motherfucker! No one told you to keep asking these questions. You're coming in and
Let me ask a question. Hang on, let me ask the question now.
Thank you, Miss Piggy. No, I'll end my question here. Thank you, Miss Piggy.
Yes,
You
okay,
once again proved
You're
the
welcome.
court. What an amazing woman
You can call me anytime.
I might.
You lying whore!
Mr. Hugh, Janice, you have
Excuse me. The defendant just called the witness a lying whore. Can we please have that on the record, please?
Can we have
Your Honor, that's not what he said.
recess?
That's not what he said. He said, "I'm sorry that I'm poor." That's all he said. This has been grossly.
He said he's sorry that he's poor.
Poor, yeah.
He said
He
lying
can't
whore.
afford all 15 children.
Okay,
He's
Do we have a
showing-
recess?
Jury, please take that into
13,
account. Okay. Mr. Hugh Janice, please. What would you like to say?
I just had a question for the witness. Now,
Yes, darling.
this whole thing, and you'd mentioned earlier that you said you didn't feel degraded at all. So the question comes into, how are you going to claim that what he did was sexist and degrading if you don't consider it degrading by your own standard and testimony?
I just told the other one. I don't know if you were listening. I don't know what sexist means. I'm a pig. Okay.
Objection. The witness never stated anything was sexist. We simply had her relate her experiences.
Okay. Let's call the next witness. Let's call the next witness. All right.
Well, I never got my question answered. I think
love
it's
having all
important,
these men talk to me. Like, yeah, I mean, I can stay up here.
Thank you, Miss Piggy.
Okay.
I call Masandry.
Is the defense calling their witness? Is the defense calling?
Piggy, find me there.
Defense, do you have a witness to call?
I mean, the prosecution has another witness. Unless you.
I mean, so at this point, I might as well just defend myself. Cause you call me to the goddamn stands. I got a story to tell.
Puff Bear, we will get to you. Now let's go.
Can I do my last witness? Let me do my last witness.
Okay, go ahead.
I would like to call Mr. Testicle Johnson to the stand.
Oh shit.
Oh boy, Mr. Testicle Johnson.
Oh, no, I told you I
pay you your money.
Judas.
Hello. Okay. Hold on. Wait. Let me.
Fucking Judas, traitor.
Hold on. Chill. All right.
Hello, Mr. Testicle.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm doing well.
Okay, I would like to ask you first a few questions, okay? What is your relationship to Mr. Adarias here?
So I met him in Wix server. We've chatted, known each other for a couple months. And, we've spoken in VCs and had some good conversations.
Okay, and I just wanted to know, what race are you?
It's a very personal question, but...
You can answer if you would like to. You don't have to.
Well, so I'm of Asian descent.
Okay. Would you say maybe South Asian?
I would say that, actually.
Okay, so, if you could just do me a quick favor. I have here some slides where Mr. Adarias is talking about South Asians.
Wait, hold on.
Would you maybe like to read some of these where he says South Asians and it's a lesser than
What's
equal?
What's up with all this reading shit?
Relevancy?
Relevancy? We're here to prove that he's also a racist.
Objection.
Has nothing to do with the prior case at hand.
Hang on, real fast. Let me say this.
Let me finish. We were
not you feminist?
Huh? No, we were here to prove that he is a
Overruled.
Thank you. I would just like to prove that he's a...
Real fast, Your Honor. Is the case on sexism or racism?
It's literally proving that...
To be frank with you, I'm not really sure, but let's just move forward, okay?
We're proving that he's a... Okay, so I would just like... We're here to prove that he's a sexist, a racist, and a frickin' furry. It was in my opening statement. Okay.
Can I object? Can I object very quickly? I just want to make it clear that given that Asians are white adjacent, according to some people on the internet, I want to make clear that privilege, racism, to have
Well, they-
racism, there must be privilege plus power. You cannot be racist against white people or white
That's not how
adjacent
that
people.
works.
So they can reference some kind of prejudice towards South Asians, but
Sure.
I would ask that they not be allowed to use the word racist.
Sure, I will use prejudice. Thank you. So, Mr. Testicle. So
That lactoid.
you are of South Asian, and I have some evidence here talking about South
I
Asian.
am of South Asian. Yes.
So I just want to ask you one question. How do you feel about relationships with, white people, black people? How do you feel about that in any capacity? Are you okay with race mixing, or
Like, do you want me to do like a
Just
tier
be on-
list or?
just talk about if you're okay with race mixing? I have some screenshots here I would like you to read.
I'm cool with race mixing.
Okay, so can you just read some of this where starting from if she ain't black, send her ass back.
Wait, what? Where am I reading from? Oh, okay. So Puff Bear says if she ain't black, send her ass back. I don't think I'm including these screenshots, but I'll read them.
Just read them for me.
Of course,
I have some more.
What does that have to do with sexism, though?
So, well, I mean, all right. So he said if
Not
she
a
ain't black,
damn thing.
I'll add a little oomph to it.
Well, they're accusing you of racism too now, apparently. So
If she ain't black, send her back. All right. Small Peanut says, "Oh my God, stop posting shit." And then Stolichnia, she said, "My dream, inshallah." No idea why.
Read that, please. Just read that line right after that for me.
So never understood race mixing.
What?
I mean,
that doesn't mean I wouldn't do it.
All right.
That's true. I mean, he does say he
So-
doesn't understand.
And now there is the middle one, but the last one on the third image where it says "Truth I never got in," after love it.
Okay, so looks like there's a response to this Stolichnia. There's Muslim black men. Seems like a statement. And Puff Bear responds, "Truth. I never got into race mixing shit. I'm not a fan of cultural incompatibility."
Wow.
Are you?
Okay.
Are you? Are you a fan of cultural incompatibility? Okay, this is the thing, though, right? If people who came from a country
Wait a
with
minute,
like
I'm
zero democracy
speaking.
whatsoever,
I'm speaking. I'm going to be relevant. I'm going to make it relevant. Just give me a moment.
Oh, okay.
I'm almost done questioning the witness, and then I will let my prior counsel go. Okay. So I just want to confirm: has Mr. Aderai spoken to you about any racial issues in the past?
Yeah. We've spoken about racial issues back and forth. Yeah,
And did he bring up about any racial any parts of the other races' features? Maybe it be breast or boobs.
Not that I recall. I don't recall him ever not specifically.
Okay. I will let my fellow lawyer here take over with these screenshots.
Sure. Oh wait, your lawyer. Okay.
Okay. Hello. Hi.
Hello.
Mr. Testicle Johnson. And might I say, that is indeed a name that we can all trust.
Absolutely. I'm a man of my word.
His name is more sexist than I am.
They call me Honest Testicle.
Thank you for that. Okay. So, how long have you known Mr. Poof?
Quite a few months. Like last year, sometime, maybe like last summer. So it's quite a little bit of time.
Okay. And in that time, have you gotten a chance to observe his behavior with women?
Yeah, on occasion. Yeah. I mean, I've witnessed his interactions with a lot of people, but that includes women.
And how would you characterize those interactions?
I would say mixed, which ironically he seems to be against, but but yeah, the interactions have been mixed.
Okay. And what leads you to say it was mixed? Was there contention in those interactions?
With women specifically?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I mean, most of this took place in Wix server, which is a more of a debate-oriented space, and a lot of cultural issues will get brought up, things to do with traditional family planning and all different aspects of life. So obviously there'd be some contention within that, how people view the best way to kind of go about that.
Okay. And do you remember Poof's answers to any of those debate questions?
Not specifically. No, I can't say I do. Yeah, I know that there's been some screenshots presented here, but no, specifically on the sexism stuff. I mean, I think some screenshots have been shown, but yeah, I don't recall any. There's a little bit antagonistic, but I don't recall anything specific.
Okay, so you've seen those screenshots that were presented previously, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And would you say that is at even though you can't quite remember, would you say that the tenor of those screenshots is in line with his previous behavior that you've witnessed?
Uh, well, yeah, yes, yeah. I mean, as I said, it is mixed. So yeah, but he has certainly said those types of things.
Okay, so he said those type of things, and you would characterize those statements, both the screenshots that you've seen presented here, and the statements that you've borne witness to, as sexist. Would you say?
Oh, if I would say he's sexist?
Would you characterize those statements as sexist?
Oh, yes. It would be very difficult not to.
You bastard! Shut up. Just stop talking.
Darius has actually asked me if he was sexist. Probably maybe close to a dozen times at this point. And I believe the very first time he asked me if I thought he was sexist, I responded with yes. And as I said, he has.
You lying fucker, you. See, this is why we know you're not an honest testicle.
He has asked me several. I am a man of my testicles. All right. He has asked me. I have given him a bit of charity. I've said, I think it's a bit of a memeing thing. I think maybe you're a little bit lonely. I don't know what's going on there. So, maybe he's having a bad day. I don't know. That's.
You mean to tell me that I'm sexist for saying that I don't understand race mixing? Something I still could technically do. I don't have to understand driving
I believe that
to do
was
it.
towards the racism allegations.
There's no problem with ignorance. If you don't understand
Okay.
it, you don't understand.
So if we could go back to the slides that my counselor is presenting, could you read?
Also, if we can kind of speed this along, guys,
Sure. Okay. Yes. Yeah. So if you could read quickly through these slides, Mr. Testicle Johnson.
Sure. So I say welcome. Presumably, I'm welcoming. Well, I'm actually not presumably. All right. So I say welcome. Puff Bear responds, "Testy, retract your statement about Kamala Harris." I actually do remember this interaction.
Oh, and pause right there. And Kamala Harris, do you know what races that she says that her ethnicity that she presents?
Yeah,
I don't see color.
I believe she's black and South Asian.
Thank you very much. Please continue.
So I say which one, referring to which statement would you like me to retract? And he said that she is one of you, meaning South Asian. So I respond, you guys did get full credit for Obama, even though he was half white. So I refuse to give full credit for Kamala Harris. I feel like she's kind of one of ours as well. And then so Zephyr says Poof for some reason. Poof says, so you're going to retract it,
For
right?
the record, Zephyr Hash is a South Asian.
We got to keep going. Come on.
And Poof says, whose side are you on?
Okay. And then on the other side, we have a collection of his, through a search of his references to South Asians. Could you read those?
Yeah, he did mention South Asians a lot. So he said, who makes the best food among South Asians? Asking me specific. Oh, no, that's actually asking somebody else. If you are South Asian, I have questions. Thanks, South Asia, showing appreciation.
Can I just take the stand next so we can just speed this up?
Yeah. Who are the worst South Asians?
Next will be up. Next will be up, Mr.
So asking who are the worst South Asians? Why are South Asians so peaceful? He is not South Asian or West African. South Asians, just standalone. You're South Asian? Are you a South Asian?
Indeed. Okay. And then finally, do you think this is a typical, a good sample of the type of interactions you've had with him? That he questions South Asians, questions the identity, questions their capabilities, that sort of thing.
Yes, and I will say, in full transparency, normally if he says something antagonistic, against South Asians, I would respond with something antagonistic against Black people. That's kind of the relationship we had.
That makes sense. That makes sense indeed.
Okay, so I'm taking the stand next, so we have to speed this up.
I want
questions.
Just one moment, Mr. Poof. Go ahead, Mr. Prime.
I said no further questions.
Okay, all right. So
I only have 3. I only have like quick.
Okay, go ahead, Mr.
Perfect.
Lacrosse. Go ahead.
So
I'm getting paid by the hour, right?
Mr. Testicle, you can work out payment with the attorneys that brought you here.
Very well.
Mr. Testicle, you refer to yourself as the honest testicle. Is that correct?
I don't, but others call me that.
Okay, and you refer to yourself as being a moderator in Wix server. Is that correct? Prior?
I don't believe I did mention that, but now that you mention it, yes, I was.
And on the internet, aren't moderators essentially cops? Is that correct?
Got his ass.
I wouldn't say
relevance.
Yes.
I'm going somewhere, Your Honor.
I don't know about
ahead.
cop. I guess we represent law and order in a certain sense. Yeah.
Okay, so is it fair to say that you see yourself as representing law and order, and that you sometimes said antagonistic things towards Black people? Is that correct?
One specific Black person.
Oh, and does that one specific Black person happen to be the defendant, Adarias?
Yes, it does.
No further questions, Your Honor. Thank you.
Gosh. Okay, so now I'm taking the stand into my own defense.
Sorry. One question of redirect, right? You said previously, Poof, that the reason why you would make those statements against him was because Poof did those statements to you first, right? So he would initiate these confrontations, correct?
So I will attest to that. Every time,
God damn it!
Everything I said was retaliatory. It was always initiated.
You a lying testicle. That's what you are.
Thank you.
You're a bad sack of balls.
No further questions.
Bad sack of balls.
Okay, all right. We're gonna put
time.
Mr. Poof on the stand.
Do you want us to question him first, or do you want the defense to question him first? I think. Do we go first, Mr. Lactoid, or do you go first?
I think
that'll be his witness, right? Yeah,
I think I think Mr. Lactoid goes first. And also I think Mr. Poof will probably have some time here to really tell his story. So
I was born in a place in Alabama, a very small city.
Relevancy.
So
we have to ask him questions first.
Like benevolence.
Well,
the benevolence.
He can give his. Okay, Mr. Lactoid. Why don't you guide your witness here?
Sir Adarias, please give us your life story. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was born in a very small town in Alabama, and things like benevolent sexism, right? Things like holding the door open for women, being kind to women, being respectful, making sure you don't curse in front of women, making sure you don't spit in front of women, not posting naked pictures of women in front of other women. Those things are worthy of admiration and a part of male honor in the Deep South. That's why I conduct myself the way that I do. That's why, sure, if you want to call me a benevolent sexist, which would actually make me a feminist ally in some respects, right? Go right ahead. But you cannot say that I am an overt freaking this misogynistic.
I don't know. You were saying some pretty crazy stuff to me the other night. So,
Miss Piggy,
I paid you to go away.
Sorry, Your Honor. By the way, I like Lady Piggies too, so I love all of them.
Are you calling me a pig?
No.
Damn!
No, I mean, no.
He called me fat.
No,
take her out of the court.
No. I mean,
Your Highness has spoken.
Can I please finish? I am afraid of stepping on white women's shadow because of Jim Crow, because of the guys who came before me. And on Black History Month, I am ashamed to say that I, as a Black man, am being on trial against white women and their historic oppression and negative disposition and perception of Black men because of benevolent sexism.
Now, may I ask you a question here, real fast?
Objection! We didn't ask for all of those questions and statements.
Oh, you
we
shut the fuck up! That's what you do.
Oh, okay. Let's
Your Honor, may I ask the witness a question?
Well, you have. Okay, wait a second. I have questions for him, and I think Lactoid has questions for him.
Well, so right now the defense is kind of going through a question, so I'll cede over to Hugh, and then I can take over if I have more questions.
Go ahead, Hugh, Janice. Yeah.
Now, you said that you've grown up in the South. Is that correct?
Can you listen? English motherfucker, do you speak it?
Listen, I'm just trying to reestablish and go somewhere with this. You don't have to get yappy at me, Clyde. I'm trying to help you. But you would say you grew up in Alabama, one of the more racist traditionally places of the South, would you not?
Hell yeah.
So you would say that you've experienced racism, and you would say that the power that you've had in those circles in Alabama would not be the same as when you left. So you grew up experiencing prejudice.
I grew up experiencing prejudice at the hands of white women. And now,
so I'm getting there. After 500 years. We'll get there in a second about your struggle, but right now we have to take this step by step. But you would say you've suffered oppression from white women in your life, correct?
10,000%.
And would you say that people in positions of power, i.e. cops, or as we've discussed, moderators, who target you has traditionally been something that happens here in the South to minorities such as yourself? Is that not correct?
I tried to move up the socioeconomic Discord ladder by becoming a moderator and a white woman server, and she told me no.
Now, would you say this is the first time that you felt that white people have, because of your skin color or complexion, removed opportunities from you?
I asked Wick, hey, Wick, would you mind letting me moderate a stream? Would you mind letting me host a stream? And Wick told me no. For the record, Wick is a white man.
So you would say that you've experienced not only sexism, but you've also experienced racism and misandry as well.
I asked Doobie, hey, Doobie, let me be staff here. Doobie said, bitches only. Doobie said it. Doobie said he only wants women to be his moderation staff.
Now,
mind you, my client means bitches and gender neutral.
Well, hang on.
He said he only wanted women to be.
I would also like to say that my client is also a well-read man, and one of his favorite quotes happens to come from a man of peace named Gandhi. And this quote from Gandhi is, "Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks."
Okay.
Yo, we ain't ever gonna get past. We're all done, Blackfoot.
We lost the case.
Oh no,
No.
We're not done here. Okay, you guys.
No, we haven't lost the case.
I'm still on the stand defending myself.
He's fighting for his life right now.
What R. Kelly said? I'm fighting.
No.
Are there further questions from their side, or?
Because we have some questions for Mr. Adarias. I think Mr. LaCroix had some.
Ah, hell.
I'm gonna reserve my time for after Cross.
You useless fucker, you.
I'm gonna give redirects. Thank you.
Yes. Does the prosecution?
Oh yes.
Okay. All right.
Before, as a gentleman, I wouldn't speak over a lady, and we have the lovely Fairy Queen who wants to say make a comment. Fairy Queen, would you say something quickly?
I absolutely would. How are you doing tonight, Mr. Darius, or dare I say Adarias?
Wait a second. Can we get to her, Mr. Prime? Can we get to her after the questioning?
You wanted to do it after the questioning? Okay. So another woman has overruled me, and so as a male feminist, I don't know what to do.
You fucking cuck.
So I do apologize, Fairy Queen. Okay. All right. So we'll move forward to our questioning. All right. So I just hello, Mr. Poof.
What's going on?
Okay. So you've stated quite a few things. Just in your opening statements, right? You gave like a list of cultural norms in the South, right? You said, for instance, that you wouldn't post naked pictures of women in front of where other women could see. Correct?
Of course, I said it.
Okay, so, but you specifically post scantily clad women in front of women in Discord servers, even when they tell you to stop, correct?
I hold on. I said, is everyone okay with me posting things off to the side chat?
And then a woman, Fairy Queen in particular, said no.
Actually, she didn't. She said, "Oh, come on, man."
Okay, all right. So, Mr. Adaris,
That doesn't mean no.
if you, Mr. Adaris, on, could you look? Could you look
I'm
at?
so sorry. We have a new person who just entered, ma'am. Who is this woman in the
This is
top
Kid
right?
Boo. She's Kid Boo. I know Kid Boo.
Mr. Maljan?
Woman.
Can
That's
I?
crazy.
I don't
Whoa!
know.
Did you
I'm
just
sorry.
misgender my
I
fellow lawyer?
I'm sorry. I apologize. I mistook that for a niqab. So please forgive me. Okay. Sorry. Continue, Mr. Prime.
Okay.
Wow!
Did you just
Doing a whole
assume his
thing on
gender?
sexism,
You
huh?
can be
Did you
my
just
lady all day
assume his
long.
gender?
Yeah, Your
look
Honor,
like a
Your
Middle
Honor,
Eastern
I
woman
object.
right now.
During a whole case on sexism, you just showed bias by being sexist and misandrist against
If anything,
my
I'm
fellow
a ninja.
attorney.
I think she should recuse herself from court.
My culture is
She's unfit to stand trial.
Can we please get order in the court, Miss Judge, Miss Judge.
Order.
Your
I'm
Holiness.
on the stand.
Order.
Okay.
Prime,
Yeah,
please continue
ninja.
your questioning.
Thank you so much. Okay. So, Mr. Adarias, looking on the left hand side of the screen, there's the woman who is scantily clad, so much so that she needs to be censored.
And
Correct?
she's finer than a motherfucker.
Indeed. Right? We can all agree
Yeah,
that is an
yeah.
attractive white woman. But moving down within.
An attractive white woman indeed. I don't mind race mixing. I just said I don't understand it. That don't mean I won't do it. She's ass fatter than a goddamn.
To that. Okay, looking at the middle slide, right? Fairy Queen, the lovely Fairy Queen, once again. What does she say? Could you read that?
I'm on stand. You can't ask somebody else to. No, pull it up.
You can. Of course you can.
Pull it up. I want to read it myself.
Oh no,
wanna
it's
read it
on
myself.
it's my co-counselor. She has it brought up. She has it.
Let me see
the
what I'm reading. What I'm reading.
The middle slide, right? Where
Okay.
Fairy Queen makes a
Fairy
statement.
Queen
What did she
said. Fairy Queen said, "Make the asses stop."
Okay, indeed.
And I said,
yeah.
I said, bitches live life on easy mode, which is empirically true. We're nicer to women. We're nicer to women than we are to men, based upon all social psychological metrics. So that's an empirical truth. Would you call science Would you call science sexist?
I'm not the one on stand. That'd be you.
Answer the question, motherfucker. Would you call science sexist?
And that brings us to yet another of your statements. You said that you don't curse in front of women. However, earlier to my co-counselor, right, a woman, you would say so. Correct, Small Peanut.
She's a kid. She's a white woman accusing a black man of something he didn't do in Black History Month. What do you mean?
Not a white woman.
I can't cuss in front of them.
You said you told my co-counselor to shut the fuck up. Correct?
I sure did. I sure as hell did, because she needed to.
Okay.
That's the best thing that's the best advice she's ever gonna hear from me.
So, can we actually take you at your word on any of the cultural norms that you say you follow?
Name one thing that I have. Name one hypocritical statement you've caught me in, and we can go from there.
Sure. You said you don't curse in front of women. You cursed in front of a woman. You cursed her
And
out.
hold on. I cursed in front of a white woman who's falsely accusing a black man of something he didn't do on Black History Month.
Black History Month.
So you acknowledge that you curse in front of a woman.
I'm not white.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Miss Piggy, I paid you to go to fucking
question.
Give me my $500 back.
Have you ever, Mr. Poof?
Baby.
One second. Mr. Poof, have you ever called a woman fat at all?
Hell yeah.
Okay, so you will admit to these screenshots. 1 second, let me get them up.
I haven't said I haven't done a damn thing. Why would I not admit to it?
So you admit to calling, asking Mr. Lactoid here.
There's a lot of evidence against me.
So you admit to asking Mr. Lactoid here if he would fuck back.
Okay, hold on for a second. Hold on for just 1 second. Hold on.
I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet.
I have to answer the question. I have to answer it.
Order. Allow Miss.
I have to answer the question.
Well, let me finish saying one thing and then I can go.
Let Miss Peanut here. Miss Peanut, please finish your question here. Okay.
Sure, and I would just like you to read in the side chat where it says This is Scott and I. Underneath that, read that. Those two sentences.
You got to pull it up first. I can't see.
It is on there.
Screen.
You gotta. Okay. You gotta. Let me see what else.
Yeah, you gotta zoom in.
I said you.
That's not my fault that he's
hold
on the
on.
phone.
Okay. I said you a great big old fat bitch and Scott is skinny.
Okay.
God
Mr. Prime, I'm gonna let you take it away again. Oh wait a minute. I have one more statement to show.
Put them titties back on the screen.
If you don't, put this on. This is why I put this on, okay?
God,
Jesus.
hey, go back.
One more thing. You here have said multiple times you have never said bitches be less capable. I have proof of you saying that.
Somebody typed it out. They don't mean
really, Mr. Poof. Here
I have my identity.
It says Puff Bear twice and
I left my laptop open to go to the store, and my brother said, "I got some
Was
for
this
his
to go
ass
to the
now."
store and abandon your Miss Piggy?
Abandon your Piggy?
Is that time? Is that when you went to the store?
Actually, yes. Yes, it was. Actually, yes. Yes, the second time that I fucking popped on her face. But the thing is, right, that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm irresponsible. I'm not a sexist.
Okay, all right. So any further questions from Miss Small Penis?
Whoa! Oh, shit!
I think I'm done. Miss Penis out.
Okay, all right. Mr. Prime Energy, please. Anything else from you, Mr. Prime Energy?
I will save my remaining time for. I will save my remaining time for a redirect.
Get the fuck out of here.
All right, I'm seeing Mr. Lacrosse over here, getting eyeing the camera. Mr. Lacrosse, are you trying to?
Adarius, I understand that this is a heated situation in which things can be said that one might not necessarily mean. You would let's talk a little bit about your history of respecting women. What do you think about
Well,
that?
let's see. I've donated my own hard-earned money to a charitable organization. I've donated my money to a charitable organization that predominantly helps women. I've donated my time and labor for free to assist children who were disabled, to assist a staff that was 90% women. I've worked in hospital settings around nurses that were 90 to 95% women. I've helped geriatric patients who are mostly women. Like, do you want me to keep going? Because we can do this.
Yes, please.
I have a mom. Like, come on, bro.
You have a mom. Okay.
That's true.
I can be your mom.
I have somebody who says they are your brother, and they want to go. They want to say something.
His punk ass went to the stove.
Well,
so fuck him.
We'll let you finish what you're saying here, your defense here, defending yourself, okay? And then I will bring in your brother, okay?
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I just really want to give Adarius some time to describe just his generosity and respect towards women, and all those that they're pulling up all these quotes out of context. Adarius, you would agree that all these quotes are out of context, and that in actuality, every single one of these is you trying to say something kind to women, and them twisting it into meaning something awful.
Calling women whores is not kind.
I believe in the sexual liberation of women. And if I believe in the sexual liberation of women, I believe that women have the right to do what their bodies, what they please, right? So a woman can be what we in the West, in the English language, describe as a whore if they want. I am a sex-positive male feminist. I am not a sexist.
And you would agree
we need
that
to reclaim the word whore.
Go off.
And you would agree that men can also be whores, isn't that right, Adarius?
Bro, you just caught me using an escort. Of course I believe men can be whores. What kind of question was that?
So whore is not even a sexist term as you're using it. Isn't that correct?
There you go. See, now we're on the same page.
Thank you. Once again, I think this just demonstrates exactly what the jury used to see. No further questions at this time.
Okay. We will bring in Mr. Puff Bear's brother. Let me just pull them in here.
Oh God, he has a brother.
Is this Mr. Puff Bear's brother?
That is absolutely who I am, Your Honor.
What's up, the Myopic Times? How you doing?
Hold on. Let me put my camera on, and then I will answer your question, brother.
Ah, fuck.
I don't know which side is calling this witness.
Not us.
Okay, the myopic times. Are you my brother?
Absolutely.
Excuse
Okay.
me, Mr. Puffbear. Mr. Puffbear, you are not the lawyer here, okay?
Oh, damn.
Sorry about
one
that,
at a
Mr.
time.
Myopic Times. Are you his brother?
I have been his brother since the day of my birth in 1937.
And you would say that you're a pretty good character witness, having grown up your entire life with this with this accused with this accused man, right?
Absolutely. I have seen every act he has ever committed.
So
Ah,
you would be
fuck.
a very good witness to bring in and ask the question of you've seen him at his absolute best. Is that fair to say?
I wouldn't describe it as best, but yes.
But you've also simultaneously seen him at his worst, could you not say as well?
I would say that's his average, but yes.
Quiet, you gotta shut the hell up. Your life's in danger. Alright, so with this in mind, would you say that on a routine basis you've seen your brother experience racism and targeting from, let's call it, systems of power?
Oh, absolutely. Every single day.
And would you say that the white woman has more power than the black man historically inside the United States when it comes to our legal and justice system?
Well, me personally, I wouldn't say white woman. I'd say white woman. But yes.
White woman.
That is a very fair way. We're not going to judge any type of accent that you have, sir. You speak as freely as you want. This is America. Would you say that in the persecution of your brother, you've seen white women not only target him for his blackness, but also because he has a good heart and they want to see him ruined?
I would agree with most of your statement, but I would not say he has a good heart. He does have coronary heart disease, as far as I'm concerned.
All right. To be fair, heart complications aside, would you say his soul is in the right place?
Metaphorically, sure.
Metaphorically.
Close enough. Thank you.
What would you say literally?
Literally, I would say his soul has departed his body long ago, and he no longer has a conscience, but that's beside the point.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Hang on. So would you say that over the years that you're watching your brother get targeted, historically seeing cases such as Emmett Till and having things like Jim Crow pervasively being used throughout the South, would you not say, because of things like this in the history of it, coming from 1937, I believe you said, did you've seen all of this go down, would you say that that has not traumatized your brother to his core?
Oh, absolutely. I think the generational trauma that affects everybody in that situation, especially affects my friend Adarius here. My brother, my dear friend, absolutely is affected by this, and it affects all of his decision making.
And now, would you say that, historically speaking, a white woman making a claim against a young black man trying to establish himself in the world, in cases such as Emmett Till, have not gone ahead and drastically been miscarriages of justice throughout history?
Oh, absolutely. Absolute miscarriages of justice, and especially when concerning my brother here.
So would you say that you feel that when a bunch of white women, after seeing the history and growing up with your brother, make accusations against this young black man, and they make accusations based on faulty or false grounds or opinions, would you say this is clearly not enough to lynch him in cases such like Emmett Till's? Or would you think that this is some type of lynch mob that is willing to tarnish his reputation given any opportunity?
Well, I would say personally that I don't think he should be lynched, but also I don't think he has much of a reputation. I don't think he has much of a reputation to be lynched.
What the fuck is going on? The four of you motherfuckers better
us over to our resident lactose.
Not during Black History Month. Ain't no way.
Jesus, Black History Month was.
I-
just
can't,
started.
man.
We're
It's middle of
2
Black
days in.
History Month. They want to put
Okay,
it on a black man. I
order,
can't take the pressure.
Mr. Lacrosse.
I only have a few questions. Myopic, as Adarice's brother, you're well known for being a bit of a prankster, isn't that correct?
That is correct.
And often when Adarice leaves to go to the market or Afghanistan, he'll leave his laptop open with his social media open as well. Isn't that correct?
Every day, every single day.
And in fact, sometimes you'll jump on the laptop and pose as him and type in things that make it seem as though he's doing sexist things when really he's not.
Yeah, I would agree to that, but I also want to make an addendum here, and I want to accuse the prosecution of witness tampering because I was told before I jumped in here to say the opposite of that.
That's not true.
So what you're saying is that not only were you the one that was posting these things, but that you were attempted to be bribed to say the opposite of that. Is that correct?
Absolutely. I posted every single thing he is being accused of right now.
And Myopic, I would like just for the record, could you please state that bitches be less capable?
Bitches do be less capable. That is true.
I would like the court to reflect.
That sounds like the audio.
Yes, I would like the record to reflect that was identical to the audio that was played before. I think it's absolutely clear that any honest person would clearly be able to tell those are the exact same voices. I think this is exculpatory evidence. I appreciate the questions. Thank you.
Okay. May I question the witness?
Yes, go ahead, Mr. Prime.
And to be clear, I also would like to question Fairy Queen afterwards. It pains me that a woman would have to wait on men like this, right? Like, you are an elegant woman. I'm sorry that you'll have to wait. Okay. So, are you the brother? You say you call yourself a brother of Mr. Puff?
Absolutely.
Indeed. And you're saying that you are taking credit for all those screenshots that we presented?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I wrote every single thing in every single one of those screenshots.
Indeed. So, what region of the country would you live in?
I'm going to say Alabama.
Going to say Alabama. But where would you actually say you might be?
Your Honor, asked and answered. Objection. He specifically stated.
Overruled.
Texas.
Texas. Okay. All right. And
said he couldn't have been the one sending the messages.
No, that has nothing to do with the internet. What does that have to do with the internet?
Let's let Mr. Prime finish with his questioning here.
Yeah. So, how indeed do you have access to his laptop from Texas?
Well, I used both a VPN and TeamViewer.
Okay. So, Mr. Poof here, is he aware that you often use his laptop in such a manner?
He became aware about.
Oh shit! Say no.
No.
Objection, leading the witness.
This is tampering and intimidation by the defendant. I will not accept this in my court, Mr. Puff Bear. Please stay in line. Go ahead.
I would like to say first, I do not feel intimidated. He is a lesser man than I.
Oh, okay.
As we've seen, clearly it's the other side that engages in tampering, and so flagrantly, right in front of our elegant judge. So, Stardust, I do apologize for you having to witness this level of corruption here. But I want to make sure all women.
Objection, Your Holiness. The prosecution's not the only one that can suck up as well.
So even if you do say that your brother was affected by racism, right? Do you think that might have colored his interactions with women, especially the white ones?
I wouldn't use that specific choice of words, but I would say it would affect the way in which he interacts with, especially white women.
Okay, well, you wouldn't use those choice of words because you say white instead of white. Okay, understood. So, are there any incidents of contention between your brother and women that stand out in your mind?
Not really stand out in my mind because generally he doesn't interact with women. As I've said before, all of those screenshots, those interactions, those were actually me. So most of the time he just stays alone and he doesn't talk to women in general.
He doesn't talk to women. Interesting.
I mean, you got it half
So
right.
does that sound like? So does your
massive piece
brother
of shit.
harbor any particular resentment toward women?
Oh yeah,
I would.
very.
I would not say that, especially given the fact that he is one of as a man, I have never seen a man talk about feminism more than him. I will say this.
Oh, in what ways does he talk about feminism?
I plead the fifth.
I thought he talked to me that entire
no further
night,
questions.
and I thought I was a woman.
FQ, you wanted to make a statement previously?
Well, I just had a simple question. It's just a couple. It's very short. Mr. Myopic, do you remember when Counselor Lactoid asked for more context regarding one of the statements made previously, specifically regarding the one regarding fat bitches?
I have a very poor memory on account of severe head trauma, so you're gonna have to elucidate on that one.
Absolutely. You know what, Counselor Peanut, could you please bring up the screenshot in question?
Oh,
Okay,
fuck.
Let me find it. Oops, sorry. Oh, this one?
Titty's back on the screen.
That would be the one, yes. Now, listen, my dear friend Myopic, could you do me a favor? Could you please read what statement is a Poof Bear, otherwise known as Darius, responding to above?
I believe that statement above is, "Do you got fat bitch-itis?"
And who is making that statement?
It appears to be Lactoid.
I see. No further questions. I would ask one more question, just a favor from our counselor. If we could ask, of course, Counselor Lactoid to perhaps give some more context. Thank you.
Mr. Lactoid?
Mr. Lactoid, what is fat bitchitis? Please explain for us. I would love to know what fat bitchitis is.
Your
When
Honor.
you see a fat ass bitch and you see those love handles, and you want to goddamn take them and ride them like a motherfucking tricycle.
God damn it! I was going to interject. God.
Mr. Puff Bear, please, I would advise
You
you.
use them
Please.
as fucking guardrails when you railing that bitch from behind. Like, what the fuck do you mean? What is that bitch?
So you
took off my mask, bro. For that comment.
Medically speaking, it is the opposite of a skinny
Oh, okay.
bitchectomy.
But see,
Yes,
okay,
Mr. Lactoid. We're asking Mr. Lactoid.
they're asking the person whose mouth or hands it came from first. So let's ask Mr. Lacrosse.
Your Honor, I was simply referencing something that I thought was a medical condition. Looking at that now, it's clear that I mistyped what I meant to say, which was strep throat.
Strep throat. Okay, you meant to type strep throat.
No,
where you type fat
Lactoid.
bitch. Okay.
Lactoid. Could you have meant fat as in PHA fat for
You know, he
not
wants to answer the question. I feel yes.
Autocorrect's a hell of a thing, Lactoid.
I have a very good
redirect back to Poof.
Yes, go ahead. Redirect.
What's going on?
Just so I can stand on one of the rest of these guys' graves, you will never catch one of these screenshots with me in it. I'm just letting you know this.
Well,
right?
Jen, I tried to tag you in one of these, and you said, "LOL, you're not finna get me." And then you came in the VC and answered it.
So, Poof, the only proof that you presented that you are indeed not sexist, right? Like tangible proof beyond you speaking to your own character, are these donations that you've made.
Yeah.
Okay. Donations on the computer?
Yeah. And labor.
Okay.
And fucking cash. I mean, I got receipts. I
Yet
have
we've
literal
seen
receipts.
by myopic times that you actually have no control of your accounts.
I got control over my wallet.
Okay, So do we have? I mean, we do. Do you have control of your wallet? Right? Do you have control of your bank account? Because it seems that with every all the evidence we presented, you apparently have had no part in it. Right? It was clearly your brother. So why? What would lead us to believe that this donation that is you rest your case on is indeed from you?
Because it got my name on it.
Oh, well, we have some screenshots. They have your name on it as well, don't they? Right? We have proof all over these statements. How can we trust one and not the other?
I mean, I gave you my word as a man.
Oh, you gave us your word, indeed. Oh, and to be clear, right? You gave us your word, right? You which is important. A show of your honesty. But earlier, I showed how you were being hypocritical and that you don't curse in front of women, though you've cursed multiple times in front of women. The lovely FQ, the lovely Stardust, the lovely Miss Piggy, the lovely Small Peanut, and
All
then
this
you've also
goddamn
said that
sipping to get to the fucking point.
you won't post scantily class photos of individuals in front of women. Yet you've done it, and the lovely FQ told you not to. So what is the weight of your words?
Sometimes when women say shit, they mean the
Objection.
opposite of it.
Objection. Real fast. Client did not ever state that he would post. He said he would never post women nude, not scantily clad.
Overruled.
I said I wouldn't post
answer the
outright
question.
porn. I wouldn't post. I said I wouldn't post outright porn. I never said you wouldn't see like a big pair of titties on the screen sometimes, and that's okay.
Okay, but in your goal to respect women, right? Once a woman asks you very
I do. I
politely
respect the hell out of them.
to stop,
There's
then
a
you
woman on the
decide to
screen right
ignore
now
that.
in those gray sweats. Look at the ass on her back. I
Uh,
mean, I want to respect the shit out of
I
them.
I rest my case. Thank
I
you.
would like to interject. See, this is a man of culture. He is a man that loves the female form. A true feminist is a man who enjoys the women around him. I don't understand this
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 man is
assumption.
promoting women. What is? Where's the?
Yeah,
Let
but
me
I
ask the
don't
question.
understand.
Where's the
People of the
sexism
jury,
in
A
promoting
sex
women?
positive male feminist.
people of the
I think
jury,
we
they
should
have
move
been
on to
badgering
closing
the witness
order.
all night.
Order. Okay, I think we should move on to closing statements. So who would like to go first in closing
We
statements?
will go first. I have ours already done and ready.
Can I have a separate statement after the Blacktoids and yeah,
Me after mine. You wanna go after me?
You,
a
you guys
separate one
wanna
from
go
after the defense? Yeah.
every other? Every other? Okay, we can do every other.
Okay, I want to.
Okay, let me get everything ready. Okay. Oh, let me pull up my statement. Okay. Of course, my computer went down. All right.
10 million invaded me already.
Your Honor.
Every
Excuse me. Thank you. Your Honor, Judge Stardust, Mr. Lactoid, Mr. Yamato, and Dean Margin, and to my colleagues seated here today in front of you, and to the real parties of interest in this case, Poof. Oh, wait. Okay. Poof, aka Adarius, and to you, ladies and gentlemen of the chat, good evening. Recall the beginning of tonight's trial. To win the favor of our lovely Judge Stardust, we, the prosecution, had to prove, based on a preponderance of evidence, that Adarius is a misogynist. You do not have to be 100% certain. You do not have to be 90% certain. You only have to be a smidge over 50% certain of Adarius' sexist nature. Judge Stardust, our evidence has overwhelmed you. We have drowned the audience in Coomer screenshots. Fairy Queen offered Adarius the crown of feminism. How did Adarius respond? By depriving United Nations Committee for Women's Fund $90. Because Adarius failed to make the payment, approximately 16 women's rights activists in the Middle East can no longer be trained to engage men and boys as change agents to end violence against women and girls. Adarius, in fact, single-handedly responsible for the war on terror against women. For why did Adarius fail to make this payment? Piggy Mama once loved Adarius and conceived 13 adorable piglets through their ham-fisted tries. Yeah, Adarius failed to pay.
But I didn't love her.
Failed to pay child support, leaving 30 piglets starving and howling through the night wilderness of Texas to be shot down in helicopters by machine guns. Why did Adarius choose his cooker bacon? And finally, our star witness Testicle Johnson proved the folly in Adariah's proclaiming the charges were merely racist in nature. As a POC squirrel, Testicle Johnson chose to drop his balls of brass on tonight's scale of justice. And not only confirm Adariah's scuba behavior, but exposed Adariah's racism towards squirrels of the global south. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no doubt, the glove does fit. You cannot acquit. Think of the women. Ladies and gentlemen, think of the squirrels. Think of the piglets. Think of how terrified we people of Discord must live in the tall shadow that Puff Bear has cast upon our community. Seek justice. Find Adariah guilty. Force him to pay reparations for his crimes. If we have proved anything at all, ladies and gentlemen,
that fucking sound clip.
we hope
Hey,
to...
Mr. Puff Bear, please continue.
We have proved anything at all, ladies and gentlemen, and we hope that we have proved once and for all that bitches do in fact be more capable. And to end this all off, ladies and gentlemen, let me just show you one more thing. Proof of his behavior.
Damn.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg!
Okay. Next up, I believe Mr. Black Yamato wants to go and give his closing statement. Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we find ourselves at the end of this prosecution. I would like to remind everyone once again that it is Black History Month. And what have they done to my client? Held stereotypes, demean his character. They brought up the fact that my client didn't pay for a certain charity, when in fact he did. He gave all that he could. When asked, one of the witnesses on stand who made my client pay couldn't pay herself. So who's the real feminist? A man that stands up for the women and promote women on the screen, who promotes their work, who loves to see them show off their lovely bodies and stuff like that? Or someone who will rather restrict the very women that they like to help? Don't give charity to the women they love to help as well. And Black Yamato are going to yield my time to the next party. Remind you, using stereotypes on Black History Month, not a good idea. I yield my time.
Hey, who is next?
Mr. Prime.
Well, let's have the defense finish out. If you, Janice, and Lactoid are going to.
I was gonna go too. Yeah, I was gonna go.
Okay,
is Martin
okay,
also a lawyer?
I was going to say.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they have a very
Lawyer and a
large
witness.
defense team.
All right. Okay, then let them all go. Please.
I guess I'll take it. So, ladies and gentlemen of the court, I am appalled that on the second day of Black History Month, we're forced to be here, right off the heels of the unfair verdict that we saw with Jonathan Majors, okay? As this black man obviously was running out there in self-defense to get away from somebody trying to hurt him, somebody trying to assault him. We are again, less than a month later, here trying to pack up another innocent black man. You know what I'm saying? This is absolutely crazy. A black man that, as we have shown here, that has been victimized by his brother, has been trying to uplift the divine feminine. You know what what I'm saying? Lactoid, stop agreeing with me, man. It's making me laugh. But I digress. I think we have sat here and have proven with all this evidence, with this man's character and everything, even to the point that we have evidence of women, that the women in this call right here fabricating lies and trying to destroy this man. All right, I think we have went beyond a reasonable doubt. Matter of fact, I would say there's no secrets left. If the jury, the audience, the judge have been paying attention to the evidence here, and not the show, okay? Not the fancy accents, the impressive cosplays, but the weight of the character, the man, okay? And again, I want to say it's kind of strange that we have a group of white women after they already done packed up Jonathan Majors, okay? All right? For something he didn't do. Now we're here again for somebody much lesser than that great man, Jonathan Majors.
Lesser?
Please, please,
I'm
I would
advancing,
ask the
probably,
ladies,
okay?
the ladies and gentlemen of the court, I would ask you, please, let this man go. Let him try to proceed through his life to prove that he is of the divine feminine nature, whether he wants to promote it or be it. I rest my case.
Here, I'm gonna Lactoid. You want to finish out, and then I'll go, and then I'll let you go.
Sure.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, your Lady Pope Holiness. There's not much that we can say that hasn't already been said. You've seen the racism and bigotry that's been slandered and thrown at our client here, and it's been nothing but a kangaroo court of baseless accusations. We've seen his brother come in as a witness and claim and take responsibility for all of these actions. There is someone who said these things, but our anger is directed at the wrong person. Our client, an innocent man, should not be found guilty. If you even have reasonable doubt within the court of law, and you believe that there is even a smidge that you believe his brother or any of the evidence that we've presented, then you would not incarcerate another black man on the second day of Black History Month. You would be setting a precedent from this day forward what we can do for the rest of the month to the rest of the black community. And in the time that they've been struggling in the past 400 years in the United States, I don't think oppressing them more would be the right decision, especially during this month.
Okay. Mr. Lacrosse?
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the evidence presented thus far is definitive. You have all heard the witnesses. Now let's recount. Let's start with Fairy Queen. She admitted that there was no proof that the supposed voice recordings or pictures were indeed Adarias. She could not say for sure. But regardless, she agreed that sharing pictures is not sexist. She then proceeded to gatekeep feminism, but yet admitted that Adarias referred to both genders as bitch. She agreed that Adarias donated money to women. And she testified that she longed for a day in which morality was not going into the mud, and she yearned for the 1950s before the Civil Rights Act, before Title VI, before Title IX, before many of the rights that black people and women together enjoy today. This is just yet another Southern white woman, again, accusing a black man of something he did not commit. When Majin testified, he initially fell victim to the twisting of the prosecution, but then he agreed that all of the statements alleged by the prosecution as sexist could actually be interpreted as anti-sexist. The prosecution is relying on cutting out all of the context and instead asserting unsupported conclusions, which are later disproven by Adarias himself. Miss Piggy admitted to being controlled, fed false ideas by her pimp, Farmer, and is wholly unreliable. Regardless, even Miss Piggy referred to him as a generous lover. Despite being supposedly adverse to Adarias, even she had positive things to say about Adarias' treatment of women in bed. Testicle Johnson referred to himself as the honest testicle, but his testimony showed anything but. He was a cop, a honest testicle cop. We've heard it all before. We cannot let Adarias be another Rodney King. Adarias bravely stated he does not see color. Can we really expect that Testicle Johnson, honest Testicle Johnson, can say the same? His own testimony would make it seem not. As to the final witness, Adarias' own brother testified to saying anything bad, if anything bad was said at all. Adarias said it best. Another black man on trial. He feared stepping into the shadow of a white woman because of Jim Crow. He was denied employment as a moderator. He was denied a chance to educate himself, to learn how to read, to learn how to write, to learn how to speak and not sound stupid. He has consistently encountered obstacles during his life. These obstacles may seem invisible to us, and I can't pretend to know what Adarias goes through on a daily basis. But, ladies and gentlemen of the
Drooling
jury,
out of the mouth.
please close your eyes. I hope you can take one moment and just try to imagine what it's like to be Adarias right now. He feels scared. He feels small. He can't win debates against Lactoid. Can you imagine that existence? I urge you, I plead with you to support racial equality. Show me, show my client, Adarias, that you support black people on Black History Month and find Adarias not guilty of the crime of sexism. Thank you.
Can I go
A lot
next?
of commonalities with R. Kelly there. I didn't know he was illiterate.
The defendant doesn't speak on a closing statement. You shut up. Boop boop. Mr. Prime?
Okay.
Boop boop. Thank you so much, my co-counselor, and thank you, members of the jury or whoever is actually making this decision. I really don't know. I brought in here the last minute.
Good chat.
Okay, great. Thank you. So. I like to take a moment and agree with opposing counselor, my friend Lactoid, on the clear deficiencies of Poof. Right, there are many, there are a multitude, and so I appreciate him pointing that out. But despite all that being absolutely true, that has no bearing on the case. Right. So yes, he is inadequate in terms of intelligence. He is inadequate in terms of his body. He's inadequate in terms of his penis. Right. But that doesn't preclude him from being sexist. In fact, I think it probably makes it more likely, indeed. Right. We've seen from his testimony that this man has great resentment towards women, and it's probably due to his physical shortcomings in every sense of the word.
Hold on, wait.
How can we? How can we know this? So we can look at the evidence that he's provided. Right. The only evidence that he's provided is that he's donated to women's causes, but his brother has shown that he takes over his laptop all the time. Right, he has no control of his digital accounts, and so there's no reason to believe that. But instead, we are to believe that the words he'll take credit for the donation, but he won't take credit for any of the words ever said in Discord. Apparently, right? He has made constant outbursts in this court, proving
like what?
Like what? The jury can think back to the memory. Even though you have the memory of a goldfish, the jury, I'm sure, has remembered all these things. He claims to be a gentleman, but as you'll see in the and what I've shared. Can I share things on screen? Can I share?
I mean,
yes, go ahead.
We
Go
don't have
ahead
that kind
and
of
share it.
time.
I did share something, and then it didn't show up. Hold on.
It's fine.
Try.
That means the ancestors don't want you to post it.
No, let him share. Go ahead, Prime.
Okay.
Try again.
All right, I'll try it again. And
no, I mean,
it's.
If at first you fail, you fail.
No, we don't see it.
You
we
let it
don't
go.
see it.
Okay. If
do you want to send it to me?
Sure.
No, he doesn't.
I'll send it to you.
Shit, man.
Message.
Y'all are useless.
Okay.
Mr. Popper, please.
Objection. We've never seen this evidence that's being submitted.
It was a late submission by one of our witnesses.
Can you share it to the prosecution as well?
I mean the defense. He's the prosecution.
Yeah, he's the prosecution. You're
okay.
holding us
I'll share. I'll share it with our friend Lactoid.
So this is what I am seeing here.
Yes. As you can see, this individual who claims that he is a gentleman has shared nudes of his paramour, Miss Piggy, and what she happens to be. But like we are here to determine if Poof respects women. His disrespect of our very feminine judge is proof. his antagonism to Fairy Queen, a white woman extraordinaire, I would say, is proof. Abandoning the tantalizing Miss Piggy in time of need is proof. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what further evidence do you need that this individual, right, who has screenshots attached to his name, right, who has questionable donations, who done everything he can to degrade the women in front of your very eyes, right? Tell me that this person is not sexist. After seeing all this evidence, how can anyone reach such a conclusion? Thank you very much.
Okay, with
just
that
like
being
to-
said,
I would just like to end this and say this was all fun. Like, we do adore Darius as a friend. Like, he is funny. He is like a nice guy. Like, he's a pretty smart guy too. He's very curious. So
that's
we
for
do enjoy that
after
about
judgment.
him.
That's
That's
all
after the judgment.
after.
Okay.
After.
Okay.
Oh, hold
so,
on.
Yes.
Wait, is chat gonna vote now?
Chat is going to
No,
vote.
chat already voted that I'm not sexist.
No, they didn't.
Chat,
They did not.
type 1 if I'm
How,
sexist.
like,
type
how
That's
dare
not how we
you,
do a poll.
Adarius, share my nudes with everyone? They have to pay for those.
And he's a
Thief, let's
thief.
go. Wait.
He's a thief. As Miss
How
Piggy has stated,
could
he's
you?
a thief. How could you?
How could
Okay,
you?
but also, chat. Type 1 if I'm sexist. Type 2 if I'm not sexist.
That's not a good way of voting.
That's not how we're voting. We're voting.
man.
I'm setting up the poll right now. Okay.
No, wait. Come on, guys.
We got this, Adarius. Don't worry. We got
It's really
this.
necessary.
We got this.
Darius, it's
Poll
We
okay.
got
started.
this.
Poll has been started in the YouTube.
I got the
chat.
cat. I brought the cat. All right. The cat is
YouTube
gonna.
chat. Are you gonna put it in Twitch too? I'm not
I
gonna
will be
vote.
putting it in the
I
Twitch
won't
chat.
vote.
I'm putting it
We
in the Twitch
can't.
chat.
We can't vote, right? Like, let's
Vote
be
for the
fair.
cat. All
Right.
right. If you're
And
voting
guys,
for
anybody
Adarius,
who
you're
knows
voting for the
anything
kitty. All
about
right.
me,
Just one
anybody who
moment.
knows anything about me knows that I am a wholesome, funny, and really curious dude. I enjoy all types of debates that I beat Lactoid, Prime Case, and Doobie in. Like, guys, you guys know that I'm not a sexist, right?
You've never beat
And,
Doobie in a debate.
Yeah,
I
you've
beat
never.
Doobie in a debate about Islam
I've
like 3
never.
times. I beat
You've never beat
Lactoid is
Doobie
the
or
constitution.
Lactoid.
Is the
More
Constitution a living
lies
document?
being spouted at the moment.
Funny. Is the
Okay.
Constitution a living
The poll
document?
has been put into the Twitch chat. It has been put into the Twitch chat. So, thank you for the subs, by the way. Thank you for all the primes. Wow, thank you guys. Very kind of you. Black Yamato, Manchin, Naho, and Duality of Chaos for gifting a whole bunch as well. So thank you. So yes, please vote. Please vote how you find Mr. Puff Bear. Guilty or not guilty?
And we can't vote, right? Like, that would be cheating.
I
Yeah,
can't
I mean,
control
I
what
know
you do at your
there are women
keyboards.
in Doobie's server right now who are part of his moderation staff who know, like, for a fact that I'm not sexist, right? They've even told me, Poof, we know you're not sexist. We know you don't hate women.
I
Even the
mean,
people in
you
Wix,
stopped
they know
me
that I'm
from
not
making my
sexist.
bag, okay? Because you shared my nudes, so you were actively stopping me. A Vietnamese
Jerry, I thought
potbelly
he's
pig
promoting
from
your growth.
making money, okay? A minority pig,
So
okay?
that's like statistically not true because based upon all the stats that I've seen, when an OnlyFans whore gets her nudes leaked, she actually makes more money.
We need 3 more people. We need 3 more not guilties. Come on, bro.
Please vote not guilty.
Please vote guilty.
I'll be
He's
right
very
back.
Not guilty.
Not
Vote
guilty. Not guilty.
Not
So
guilty.
Vote guilty, vote
Not
guilty,
guilty.
vote guilty.
Not guilty.
No, why would you want people to vote guilty?
Ronan, people of Ronan, go to Stardust chat and vote not guilty.
Come on.
People,
People shut up. Poof, shut up.
Not guilty.
Yama,
guilty.
Yama, sit in a Ronan.
So guilty. If I recall, this side was the only side that provided any evidence, but okay.
You don't have to offer evidence in your
How long are the
innocence.
votes
What
gonna
kind of
go?
this is why you do OnlyFans.
It's almost done. We need
Almost done.
like
Yeah.
We need 2 more
minute
votes.
more.
we need 2 more
probably.
votes.
Hey, guys,
One more vote.
Can I vote for myself to be innocent?
Not guilty.
Not guilty. Everybody. Oh, come on, 2 more votes. Yo, Anarchy.
Hang on. Hey, but see, there's
So
also
he's
the,
actively.
there's
We can
also
see
the
them
chat.
actively contaminating the jury,
there's
right?
hang on.
Not
There's
guilty.
17
Not
votes
guilty.
on-
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not
guilty. Not guilty.
Order in the
Vote
court. Order in the
guilty.
court. We've
Oh,
still got
Not guilty.
like 30
Not
seconds
guilty.
left on this
Guilty. Come on, guys. Vote guilty. Vote guilty.
YouTube says he's not guilty. If you're
Okay.
looking at the
All
YouTube
right.
one,
All right. Order in the court. Order in the court. We have just a few seconds left here, and then we'll get our answer. Okay. Get your last votes in because you are the jury, and this is a very important case here. A man's life is on the line.
okay. What about my life?
Okay.
Oh, he's not guilty.
So the Twitch chat has found him not guilty. Let's see what the YouTube chat has found. YouTube has now also found him not guilty,
By an
despite this
overwhelming majority.
74% not
preponderance
guilty
of
on
evidence.
YouTube.
Wow, 74%.
Bitches being less
Yo.
capable.
Not guilty.
That was the soundbite. That was the soundbite. Why'd y'all play that soundbite? Why'd y'all play that soundbite? That's he would never. We prove it. He would never say that.
He's still a
No.
sexist, but we love him, so.
Thank you all for doing this. I had fun. I hope you did too. It's still a work in progress. But
blast.
if you guys have any other petty dramas that you think should be like litigated in a kangaroo court, please let me know. So thank you guys for joining. I had fun.
Can I get out of this furry jumpsuit now? Like,
Yeah.
Millie, you were absolutely Millie
you're
the
not
best
getting
if you could,
by far.
keep that on. I think everyone.
Millie, that performance was
Also-
incredible.
also-
Hey, I
It's
was
really good.
Millie.
Yeah.
thank you.
Oh my.
Bravo.
Thank you.
And shout out to Stardust. shout out
you
to
too,
Lacto
Fairy
TV,
Queen.
South
Both.
Africa,
That was.
shout out to
I
Wayne,
did not expect
shout out
any
to
of that.
John K. Shout out to
I think I jumped in
Black
early and
Yamato,
I
man.
caught.
Shout out to Fuck Doobie. But yeah, I mean, shout out to all these guys, man.
Oh,
Hell
it was
yeah,
a good
dude.
time.
That was fun.
Thank you,
That
Adarias,
was-
for almost
that was a
killing me on like
blast.
multiple occasions. I was fucking dying.
Like,
You
we had
kept
a lot of
sinking.
evidence.
You kept sinking. Oh my god, we almost.
Yo, Lactoid, I'm
almost
flying you
lost.
out
Listen,
for any case I need,
Lactoid.
bro. I'm putting you on retainer. son.
All the
Lactoid,
laughing
you-
was purely genuine. Like I was fucking
It was
dying.
fucking hysterical.
Well,
Oh
Lactoid,
my
your
God.
face when I did
God.
your face when I did the Gandhi quote, Lactoid,
guys,
almost got me to lose my shit because I looked over at the camera and I saw you and Majin laughing, and I just had to straighten up my fucking
Doobie,
face.
you suck. You were supposed to come through, Doobie.
You
Thank you,
missed out,
Prime.
Doobie.
No problem.
Prime came in with a big
I'm
swinger.
trying to do this
Yeah.
again.
Coming
So
in
now, Fairy
like
Queen has-
unprepared and
Fairy
not
Queen has
reading
to see-
anything. Prime, you did amazing. You caught
Yeah.
up so fast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Prime, that was
Prime.
really well
Honestly,
done.
for pulling
That I'm not
something
a
out your
sexist.
ass, that was a phenomenal job, man. To just come in flying blind.
I do appreciate it, and that's the
Yeah.
only reason that Lactoid won. To be clear, that I wasn't prepared. Like this,
Yeah.
this is the lawyering skills that you bring to bear on a regular basis, Lactoid. I find them lacking.
To be fair, I also didn't prepare at all. So I'm,
I don't think any of us prepared outside of small.
We
ways.
prepared. We did prepare. Like, the women did prepare, but we know you guys didn't.
Gandhi,
I mean, I was rehearsing what I was. I rehearsed.
Lactoid. I'm gonna be honest. You had fucking Lactoid. You didn't need to prepare. Like, we didn't have anybody like Lactoid.
Okay, well, I was rehearsing what I had to say.
You brought evidence and screenshots.
You know, I really should have made like a bunch of options for the vote, like guilty, not guilty, guilty, but it's okay because it's funny, not
Yeah.
guilty, but yeah.
We'll say,
Yeah.
just because he's
You know
found
what?
not sexist, he will not be moderator in those discords still. That doesn't change.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I rehearsed a lot of my stuff. Okay. I
Well, you
spent,
did
like,
great, Yamato. You did too good. You did great as well, Majin.
I woke up from a nap
You
and I
did
came
too.
into
You
this.
can join it.
I think everybody did well in this. Thank you so much.
It was a
So
blast.
who should
It
we
was
try? Who
fun.
should we put on trial next, guys?
Ooh, I don't know.
I wanna
Lactoid
expand
kind of
this.
was there, you know.
True.
I don't know, Lactoid.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm ready for that one
Can I,
yet.
can I,
I don't
can I,
know.
can I
I'd like
make a
to
suggestion?
settle
We
once
put
and for all whether
Lactoid on
Lactoid's a
trial.
Canadian or not.
If
Well,
Lactoid's
Didn't
a
you see
Canadian
the
plant.
flag?
Wait.
Yeah, I see red
If
and
we
white,
put-
Buckaroo. I
okay,
don't
here's
see
the
no
thing.
blue star. No, I'm just kidding.
I want to give Lactoid some time because if we put Lactoid on, I think it would be really funny if Lactoid was both the prosecutor and the defense for himself. I think that would be awesome. Like we could do like an Eddie Murphy kind of thing. I don't know, but
Yes.
We're just all character witnesses for him, and we get interrogated by both sides of him.
That accent was like hard to keep. I was like, I wanted to keep it throughout, but like I
You
kept getting
kept
like
it
too much.
good. You did it good. I was like, yo, if you don't sit your Harry Potter ass down, like the fuck is
Yeah,
Yo,
FQ, you
Pod,
did an
your
awesome job.
face
This is
when
not
I'm
the first time, clearly, you've done the Southern Belle accent.
Yeah, that was good.
No,
That was
it's
good.
not.
It was phenomenal.
All I'm saying, I want to play Red Dead Redemption Online with you with that.
With Fairy Queen, she's just like,
Yeah,
that'd be funny.
Red M, the RP shit.
RP one,
That's-
yeah.
That'd be
Happy Black
hilarious.
History Month. We started it off by trying to digitally lynch a guy. So
I know.
But this has
I
been
know.
brewing for months, okay?
Y'all
This
trying
has
to
been
do him
brewing for
like
months.
Jonathan Majors, bro. That was my trump card, by the way. I was like, yo.
That was your
there
trump
ain't no-
card? I
that
thought it
the
was,
trump card.
what was the other one that you were doing? You said you had another one.
I can't. That was it. That was part of it. The
That was
Joe
it?
Lewis play. Yeah. I didn't want to take it too far, but yeah. The Jonathan Majors.
Alrighty. Well, thank you for having me. It is
Yeah.
12:05 a.m.
Fairy Queen,
it is
hold on.
12:05. Thank you guys for joining. Don't feel obligated to stay. In fact, I might kick you all out. But thank you all for doing this. It was awesome.
It's all good.
It was a pleasure.
Alright.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Howdy.
Thank you, everyone.
Super
A lot of fun.
Find me on twitch.tv/prime
Oh yeah,
Kai.
shout yourselves out. My bad. Yeah.
Only Farms,
Twitch.tv/prime
Miss Piggy.
Yes, Miss Millie. Yeah, guys,
or,
go ahead.
Or
shout yourselves out.
youtube.com/prime Kai as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, only
And
Farms, Miss Piggy.
Twitch.tv /Black Yamato and YouTube /Black Yamato at live.
I'm gonna say I have I guess Twitch TV. I am Wi-Fi Music _ You can find me. I literally DJ and produce and mess around half the time and goof off. So these are some solid people.
Awesome.
Um,
Wi-Fi _?
Yeah, I am Wi-Fi Music with an _.
Okay. Sorry.
All right. Well, you can
I
find me
don't
at Lactoid TV,
Yeah, go for
Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. Thanks.
At Fairy Queen's Cottage on YouTube and at Fairy _Queen on Twitter. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Get out, guys. Get the fuck out.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. But thank you for joining. Have a good one, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Well, that was a lot of fun. I'm just gonna shout myself out in her chat. Anyway, so I'm really happy I won this one for Adarias. Saved him from being designated as a sexist. Really appreciate that. Saved him. I saved him from himself. In all reality, he's fucking hilarious. Really, really, really funny guy. Yeah. Oh, shit. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Sometimes, most of the time what we do is political debates. Sometimes we switch it up. Testicle Johnson, thank you so much for swinging by. You were really funny. The whole thing was fucking hilarious. There's a lot. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I didn't know what was happening for most of that, and I thought it was just fucking hilarious. Still, if you like content like this, I suppose it's not going to be quite as frequent as the political debates, if we're being honest, but it will happen again. So please consider following. And for all of you who gave bit subs or were active in chat, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. What we're going to do now is we're going to raid on out. I don't know if Stardust is going to keep streaming. We'll go ahead and we will raid on out into our boy Leafy Waterkai. That's what we'll do.